Today, I'm going to be taking Nikola Jokic's NBA template build and going from 60 overall all the way up to 99 overall. The only rule of this video is that it must be done completely no money spent, meaning I'm not allowed to spend any money on VC whatsoever to upgrade Jokic's build. So that means I'm going to have to find a whole bunch of different ways to make VC, including my career. So sit back, relax, and let's get into this Jokic 60 to 99 overall challenge. All right, so here we are, ready to start another 60 to 99. And if you're looking at all of my builds, I really only have one solid center build, which is my 7-1 build. So that is why I decided to make another center build for this 60 to 99, and it is going to be Nikola Jokic, and we're going to be using his NBA template build. For my last 60 to 99, if you didn't see, I did Kyrie Irving, and I had a ton of fun using that NBA template build. So that is why we're going to be using this Jokic NBA template build right here. And this again is actually a really solid build. And when we look at the stats, we get a 92 close shot, which gives us Hall of Fame float game, hook specialist on gold, a 73 driving dunk, which makes sense because Jokic doesn't really dunk at all. We also get a 90 post control, which gives us Hall of Fame post fade phenom and a bunch of other post scoring badges. So that's going to be a ton of fun. We get some solid shooting badges as well with a 90 mid-range and an 83 three-point shot. I'll probably end up using some cap breakers on that, but we also get a 92 pass accuracy with a 70 ball handle and a 50 speed with ball. Probably going to be using some cap breakers on that pass accuracy as well. And then for the defense, 82 interior, 60 steal. Not too much to worry about there. It's a Jokic build at the end of the day, but we do get a 96 defensive rebound, and the speed is about 60 and 47 agility because obviously Jokic isn't the fastest player out there. But when we make the build, it's a triple double threat, which is a really cool build name, and we get a bunch of solid badges as we've already looked over. But now we could go ahead and make the build. Obviously for Legend Rebirth, we're going to select no, because if I selected yes, I would just get all the badges and 99 overall max potential, and that would kind of defeat the purpose of a 60 to 99 overall challenge. We're going to get through these initial cutscenes, go start hooping in the city. At first, we are going to play some My Career, but we have some things to take care of before we can do that. We have some daily challenges that we can go ahead and start ourselves off with some VC, but this is the build right here at a 60 overall, but I do have 16,000 VC that I need to get rid of. So we're going to head to the NBA store and get Jokic all dripped out. Got the Nuggets jersey on and everything looking good. I decided not to really put any accessories on him. I didn't really see Jokic using any accessories. So let me know if I should add any accessories or anything like that. And I was also trying to decide whether I should use the burly body type or just keep it how it was. I decided to just keep it how it was because I felt like the burly was just a little bit too buff for Jokic. So let me know again what you guys think about that down below in the comments, if I should change that or anything like that. Decided to buy a pair of shoes for Jokic because the shoes that he wears in the NBA are not in the game. And now we are down to 139 VC, and we are ready to start this 60 to 99. First thing we got to do is go over to the daily reward spin and see what we can get. Hopefully, crossing our fingers, we can get some VC to start off this challenge, and we actually do. We get 1,000 VC from the daily rewards. And then we're going to hit up the daily pick'em as well. This is kind of the routine. If you're a 60 to 99 no money spent player, you got to do this pretty much every single day. All the VC that you get from this counts. It all adds up, and we actually go perfect with our picks, going 7 for 7 and getting 700 VC from the previous day. So made more predictions, and now we're going to head over to the track because one of our daily challenge says beat the target time in the track. So we're gonna go ahead and do this on Jokic, knock this out real quick. And this is actually a pretty solid VC method. If you're really bored and you just want to run these tracks over and over again, you can do it. You can get around 200 VC. We're actually going to do it a little bit later down the line in the video, testing it out to see how good that method actually is. But we get 500 VC from that, from our daily challenge for beating the target time. And then we're going to walk up to the 2K TV station, where again we can just get some free easy VC by just answering these questions. You can do this once a week if you're not aware. So I decided to go ahead and knock this out. You get around 1,000 to 2,000 VC just by answering these questions. If you don't know all the answers, you can just look them up on YouTube. That's pretty much what I do every single time. So we got all the VC from that. And now when we go ahead and look at how much VC we have already, we are already up to 4,200 VC just by completing those simple tasks that we just did. And as you can see, there are 23 days left in season 4, and my goal is to try and get to 99 overall on this Jokic build by the end of season 4. So we have 23 days to do it. I already have all of the season pass completed, so we don't have to worry about that throughout this grind. And then I also just wanted to show off that we do get all of Jokic's animations that are in the game. He doesn't have a bunch of playmaking moves, but all of his jump shots, go-to shots, and everything, we have all of those equipped. So as I always do with these 60 to 99s, we got to head to the casual court for our first game on the Jokic build. And I also had a daily challenge where I needed to get a C- or better and win the game, and we would get 500 VC from that. So I decided, let's go ahead and get this done. Surely it can't be too hard to get 1 or 2 games to get this done and get a win. And I was mistaken. This took way longer than it should have, and I'll show you exactly why. So we're starting off this game down 6-2. Jokic is actually going to find himself wide open and getting our first bucket on the build, a dunk, which is kind of ironic because, like I was talking about earlier, Jokic doesn't dunk in the NBA pretty much at all. But hey, he's got a 73 driving dunk, so we got to take advantage of it. And as you can see, this is what I was talking about. Our teammates here to start in the first game were definitely not the best. Not to roast them or anything, but they just simply weren't the best at the game. You see Jokic is trying his best, grabbing rebounds, trying to get some assists, and he actually finally knocks down a 3 right there. But we're down 15-7 now. Our teammates are shooting up just not great shots, not great shot selection at all, and they're coming down, knocking down 3s. We're down 18-13 now. Didn't really have much to do in this game. Jokic just trying to do what he can, grabbing a rebound, actually looking like Jokic a little bit. Our teammate decides not to take the wide open layup and instead shoots another late 3, and obviously these guys are going to come down and knock down another 3. So we're going to start 0-1, unfortunately, on the Jokic build after our teammates were not much help in that first game. We get 166 VC. So again, I was just trying to get 1 win. Usually I just play 1 or 2 games on this casual court, but because I had that daily challenge, I wanted to try and get at least a win, but it was definitely a struggle. I mean, I know Jokic is a 60 overall, but we're just standing wide open in the paint, and Mr. 1K is having none of it. He's shooting that shot up, actually knocks it down, so I got to give him credit. And then our other teammate actually comes down and knocks down a 3 himself. So maybe I was talking a little bit too much trash about the boys here. We're actually up 11-5. I'm like, surely this is our win right here. He comes down, knocks down another 3, 14-5. Surely we're only going to have to play 2 casual court games here. We're going to get our 500 VC and get out of here. That's what I'm thinking. But unfortunately, our teammates had other ideas. They knocked down a wide open 3. Not the greatest shot selection right there. Unfortunately, Jokic has a 60. Can't grab that board, swings it over to their man. He's wide open for 3. I don't know what we're doing, why we're doubling him. I actually kind of leave my man open there, so I'll take the blame for that one. Can't blame everything on the teammates. At the end of the day, Jokic is a 60, but again, the shot selection, I just don't know what we're doing. We were up by 9 at one point, and now they have a chance to come down and tie the game, but we got to try and play good defense. Our teammate, credit to him, actually gets the blitz steal right there. Jokic is getting double teamed for some reason. I don't know why. Again, we're wide open in the paint. Just pass Jokic the ball. But again, he knocks down the 3, so can't complain too much. Up 17-14 now. Jokic tries to go in and actually kind of sells a little bit right there. I've been talking trash about the teammates the whole time, and that was actually not the greatest take, and then they come down and knock down a 3. So it's all tied up at 17-17. A little bit of the blame can be put on me, but I was just trying to get a bucket. I mean, I've been open in the paint the entire game, and then when we're taking shots like this, I think going up with that layup wasn't the craziest take in the world. But then, of course, our teammate, I don't know what we're doing. We're just not guarding our man. They knocked down a wide open 3, 20-17 now. I mean, we got to try and shoot something up. I don't know what we're doing here. He's just going to go ahead and dribble right into the defender. And just like that, we lose yet another game here on the casual court. 23-17 after we were up 14-5. And at this point, I was getting a little bit frustrated because I just needed 1 win in the theater with a C- or better. And we're actually up 7-5. So maybe this is the game right here. In 3 games, it wouldn't be too bad. We got to try and get a stop right here. Our teammates, again, we have 2 banana peels on our team. So, hey, maybe they know each other and they'll be able to help Jokic get his first win, snatching that board right there for our third rebound of the game, rolling up all the way down the court, getting the little layup to go, a little Jokic-esque right there, grabbing yet another rebound, and I'm feeling good about this game. 9-5, we're looking good, passing it over to our teammate, and he's knocking down the shot. 12-5. This has got to be the game that we finally get a win. Again, teammates not taking the best shots, but Jokic is grabbing boards this game, trying to get the teammates involved. Another questionable shot and not able to grab the rebound this time, and they come down, and the momentum started to swing their way. 9-14 now. Another very questionable shot from the banana peel. I mean, I don't know what we're doing out here with these shot selections, and then we're just leaving our man wide open for three. So now it is 14-12. Make that 16-12 after we get a bucket, and our teammate has takeover. We should be looking pretty good, but the guy on the other team, he had other plans. He's knocked down another three. 16-15 now. We just need a bucket. That's all we need to do. Don't do anything crazy. Jokic is going to find him wide open in the mini, and he decides to not take it. It's fine, whatever. Let's look for a better shot. I'm not quite sure what the banana peel is doing right now. I'm trying to set him a screen. He finally takes it, shoots it up, and of course, it's not even close. They grab the rebound. He's wide open on the break, and of course, he's going to green that shot. 19-18 now. We just need a stop and a score. No threes right here, and we can finally get off this court, but of course, that guy just decided to turn into the best shooter of all time, and we lose yet another game, 21-19 here on the casual court, only getting 223 VC for that game, and we would end up losing yet another game, 23-14. I'm telling you, it was a struggle out here on this casual court. I probably should have just packed it in and went and started playing my career, but I was determined at this point. I mean, I had already done 4 or 5 games on this court. I had to get this win in the 500 VC for the daily challenge. So here we are on, I think, maybe the 5th or 6th game on the casual court, down 17-12. I thought for sure it was another automatic loss, but our teammate knocks down that shot right there, cuts the lead down to 2, and he gets the inbound steal. He might be here to save the day as he knocks down a 3. So we're up by 1. I'm just praying, please get a stop right here. Just play some decent defense, and we can finally get off this court. Of course, the guy comes down and greens a shot. This game was crazy right here. I don't think anybody missed. It was actually insane. I thought this was the casual court, but it was looking like the stage out here with all of the shots that were going in as our teammate knocks down another 3, 21-20, and he gets the inbound steal. This might actually be it right here. We might finally get a win. A very terrible shot, but Jokic grabs the board, kicks it back out to him, and finally we win a game on the casual court, 24-20. I did not think we were going to win that game. We get 266 VC, and finally we can get out of the theater. We got that daily challenge done, and now we need to just get a C- teammate grade in the park. We don't have to win the game this time, so we just have to play whether we lose or not. It's fine. 60 overall Jokic here, just has to get a C- or better, and you can probably guess how this went on a 60, especially in the park. If we went like 1 for 6 in the theater on the casual court, you could probably guess how this park game went. But hey, we're just out here trying to have a little bit of fun. I mean, we're out here on the 2K16 My Park Rivet City Championship court. Gotta have a little bit of fun. Unfortunately, probably not gonna win this game, but let's see what the jump shot is looking like. Jokic shoots that one up.
Nope.
And it's gonna need some work. I had to try and at least just get one shot up. I didn't, in the casual court, I didn't get to shoot at all, so I just wanted to get one jump shot up. Unfortunately for my teammates, I pretty much sold the game, but I don't think we were gonna win this game regardless. We actually get a nice little outlet pass right there and cut the lead down to 2 and throw another long pass right here, trying to play a little bit like Jokic, even though we're at a 60 overall. But like I said, we just really didn't have much to do against these guys as I'm grabbing that rebound right there, trying to push it up a little bit in transition. He's playing some solid defense, but we find our teammate wide open for 3 right there. So I've been talking about like we were going to lose this game the entire time, but we're keeping a little bit close and then turn it over right there, and that's pretty much going to be the game right there. 19-11, and they were kind of just playing with their food at this point, kind of just messing around. We're down by 8. I'm grabbing the rebound, seeing what I can do, getting in the post a little bit, trying to get a little bit glitchy on the Jokic build, and Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to upgrade those post scoring abilities because that was awful and ugly, and we end up losing that game right there, 22-11. But we got our daily challenge done by getting a C- in that game. So we got all of the VC from our daily challenges and those games that we played, and now we're up to 7,600 VC, and that is gonna be very, very close to allowing us to get to an 83 3-point shot by maxing it out. But I needed around 200 to 400 VC. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You can come back into the track, and if you just select matchmaking, you can race against one other person. And if you win in this race, you get 200 VC. And the race takes around, I think, 3 minutes, 2.5 to 3 minutes. So I went ahead and did 2 of these races. Luckily, I ended up winning both of the races. You can end up just quitting the race without any penalty or anything like that if you end up losing, but I ended up winning both of the races that we did right there, and we're gonna get the 400 VC from those 2 races. So we go ahead, walk away from the track, and now we're gonna have enough VC to upgrade our 3-point to that 83 overall, and that's gonna get us to a 62 overall on the Jokic build. So we get some decent badges from that. We get set shot specialist on silver, Deadeye on bronze. So we're gonna go ahead and upgrade that 3-point shot. And now that we have that 3-point rating maxed out, we can go ahead and select our build specialization. Now I am gonna be going with shooting, but if you have playmaking upgraded, this would also be good for a Jokic build, but I'm not really trying to get 2,000 assists to get that playmaking build specialization done. So we're just going to stick with shooting because I have this one done. So we're going to get some extra cap breakers to later down the line work on our 3-point shot, and also get a max +1 and max +2 badge slot. So we'll work on all of that stuff once we get our attributes upgraded later in the video. But now it is time to head to our my court, and we're going to start this out of bounds storyline. Now I'm going to move through this pretty quickly because I'm sure a ton of you already know how this works and everything like that. But if you're unfamiliar, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and select your GOAT skills. This is going to be some free easy VC we'll be working on throughout the entire video. If you've never done my career before, Long Ranger and Green Light are the best 2 that you can select. But honestly, if you've already done it before, you should probably select some other GOAT skills, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. But for now, just select whatever GOAT skills you want, and then select the draft portion of the out of bounds storyline. You want to get drafted first before you start the storyline. It just streamlines it way better. And then also you want to go ahead and work out for whatever team you want. So for me, I decided to go for the Nuggets because obviously we're on a Jokic build. So now we can go ahead and start draft night. We're going to get drafted to the Nuggets. As we go ahead and see right here, Jokic is looking all happy, and now we can go ahead and start the out of bounds storyline. But first, we got to go ahead and select our difficulty. Obviously, we want to put it on rookie, and this is also why you want to do the draft stuff before you play the out of bounds storyline, so that you can put it on rookie mode. You can't do that if you don't get drafted first. And then if you also want to go ahead and select everything that I'm doing right here, especially the commentary, put it on Chinese so that you can skip the halftime stuff when you're in my career games. Just a little extra tips and trick right there. But now it is time to go ahead and grind through this out of bounds storyline. It really doesn't take too long. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half to get done. For this first game, you have to play the whole game, unfortunately. So I ended up dropping 117 points in this high school game. Obviously, it's on rookie mode. It's on like easier than rookie, if there is such a thing. But we ended up winning that high school game 129-70, and we get some good VC from it. We get 777. And then after that, you got to go play a little open run game with Dion. Again, these games are really, really easy. So we get about 436 VC from that. Get some good badge progress as well. And then for your club team, you want to go ahead and select the high flyers so that we can get more fans, which will help us with quest. If I'm moving through this a little bit quickly, it's because I'm sure a lot of you already know what's going on. But if you're a little bit confused, pretty much just copy all of the selections and everything I do in these games right here. You just go ahead and foul twice, and then you'll get sent to the second half, and that's going to make these games go by way quicker. But if you're a little bit confused or you're not exactly sure what's going on, just let me know down below in the comments and I'll help you out. But I'm sure a lot of you already know what's going on. We get 700 VC from that game. You have to play around 3 or 4 of these games. I think it's 4 total games. So we played all of these games, got around 750 VC from all of those games. games, and then you have to go ahead and select a Euro team. And for this, you want to go ahead and select Basket Madrid again, so that we are getting fans for the quest that we are going to be working on to get a ton of VC very, very quickly. After you play a little team practice, again, there's about 3 or 4 games that you have to play. So we're going to go ahead and foul twice to get to the second half, and then you foul one more time to get to the fourth quarter, just to make these games go by as quickly as possible. So that is the method for the first round of games. You just have to foul twice because it's a 2-half game. And then for the 4-quarter games, you just have to foul 3 times, and that'll take you to the fourth quarter, again, just to get through these games as quickly as possible. And make sure, this is key, whenever you get interviewed, you have to select the option to get more fans. That's just going to help you out a ton. Don't even think about it or question why. Just select fans for literally everything that you do. Trust me, it's the best way to go. But we ended up playing all of these Madrid games, got to the championship game where we finally won, had 33 points. It didn't really matter. We just played in the fourth quarter, like I said. Got our 759 VC from that game, and we're also at an 88 overall max potential. And just like that, we complete the out of bounds storyline, and we get 2,500 VC from that. And it's going to be around 15,000 VC total that we now have to work with. After just about an hour and a half knocking out all of those games, it definitely can be boring, but we knocked them all out. We're going to max out our speed to a 60 and also our agility to a 47, max out the speed with ball to a 50, and also get our ball handle all the way up to 53. And that is going to give us a 65 overall. So we are moving pretty well on this Jokic build, and now it is time to start the My Career grind. So we go ahead and talk to Austin in our My Court, and for these key games, you just want to look under key game goals. Just make sure the only thing under it says win. You can select any of the key game goals that just say win under it. And then when we go look at our quest, this was kind of what I was talking about earlier with the GOAT skills. If you've already done this method, you can't select Long Ranger and Green Light, which are the best two. If you've already done those, you can't select it again. So just make sure, if you've already done this method before, select 2 different GOAT skills that you haven't done already, so you can get some extra VC. And then if you're like me, I've played through 1 My Career save so far, so I have this GOAT skills total 3-point shots to work on as well throughout this Jokic grind. And then we're going to be working on 2 new GOAT skills as well. Just wanted to show that and clarify that up. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know down below in the comments section. But now it is time to play our rookie debut. And if, again, for some reason you don't know, in this first My Career game, you want to drop as many points as possible. This is the only My Career game where you have to play the entire game. So just score as many points as you can. Realistically, you want to score 70 to 80 points. That should be enough. And then again, throughout these interviews, you want to make sure you're selecting fans every single time. And for that game, we actually got set shot specialist on silver, and we get 780 VC, so not too shabby. And then we're going to get a little text from Austin, and he's going to tell us to meet him in his My Court. And this is where the real VC method really comes from. These endorsements right here, especially the Passion Project, you get a ton of VC from this. You can also work on the Gatorade one as well, but mainly right now we're focusing on that Passion Project. I went ahead and knocked out 2 unique workouts so we can get the first part of that Gatorade quest done. This is something you really don't have to do, but if you want to add a little extra VC, as you see, we get 500 VC just by doing that. And now we're going to go back to our board, and now we're specifically just playing key games. And again, we're doing the foul method, so we're going to foul twice, get to the second half, and then we're going to foul 1 more time and get to the fourth quarter. So we went ahead and did that, and it's going to take us all the way to the fourth quarter. And now we just have to play a 5-minute quarter and get this game done with. So we end up with 33 points as we knock down that 3 right there. Obviously, it's rookie My Career, so it's really, we're just chilling right now, playing these easy games, and we get 737 VC. And this part gets pretty repetitive, so again, I'm just going to run through this as quickly as possible. After your first game, you want to go ahead and go to the open run court, and you have to play 2 of these games. It is part of the Passion Project quest line that I was just talking about. So we go ahead and knock these games out, get 437 VC, and then we just have 1 more game we have to play for the merchandising tier 1. Go ahead and win that game yet again. You actually get some really solid badge progress on that court as well, which is really, really nice. And then you'll get a text from Austin. He said a stranger's coming by or whatever. And then we just get a little cutscene. And then finally, Dion's going to start telling you, you have to go play with certain people. You're going to play with Kat, Tyrese Maxey. So before we play our next NBA game, we head back to the open run court, and this is why I said it gets a little repetitive. Pretty much what you're doing is you're playing one NBA game, and then you'll get a text from, Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey, and then Karl Anthony Towns, and then you just have to play on these open run court games. So you're pretty much just playing an NBA game and then an open run court, and then you're just doing it over and over again while also working on these merchandising tier 2. So just pay attention to what the quest says. I don't really need to run through everything with you guys because a lot of you probably already know this method, and if you don't, you just follow the quest line, and like I said, you're just going back and forth between the 2 game modes and just playing it over and over again. To get all of this done and get through your first NBA season, it takes around 2 hours ish if I'm being realistic. Probably a little bit less than that if you really grind, and you get around 800 VC a game in my career, so it's really solid. And these were the 2 GOAT skills that I ended up going with: Unrelenting and Boxing Day. It just kind of made sense for my build. Jokic grabs rebounds, and I also make a lot of threes, so those are the 2 that I'm working on, just so that you know, and if you were confused with the GOAT skills and everything like that, those are the 2 that we are working on for those quests. And then we're just running through all of these games. Like I said, 733 VC from that game. We play another My Career game, get all of the VC from this game as well. It's gonna be another 736 VC. And just like that, we played through all of our first 6 key games. We got the merchandising tier 2 quest done, 2500 VC from that, 1000 VC for the first 6 key games. And just like that, we're up to 16,000 VC. We're going to go ahead and upgrade our ball handle up to a 60 and max out our mid-range at a 90. It really didn't cost too much to get our 3-pointer and mid-range maxed out, and now we are at a 69 overall, and we just have a few more things to do for this passion project. We end up maxing out our badges, getting that to gold, and again, these are the quests we are working on. Merchandising tier 3, and it's actually really nice for that merchandising tier 3 quest. You just have to simulate to your next key game, and you'll just get that quest done because you have to get 2 player of the games, and you just get that by simulating because your my players dropping 40 to 50 points a game because we dropped a bunch of points in our first game. So again, we select our key games for the second half of the season. A little update on what our GOAT skills are looking like. We're making some really solid progress, closing in on that 10,000 VC. I also decided to change up Jokic's jump shot just by making it way faster, and that helped out a ton. We went ahead and completed merchandising tier 4 and tier 5 after running through the second half of the season, and now we just have to go ahead and complete our passion project to get that 12,500 VC. So we had a couple more NBA games we had to play, and then it was time to go ahead and finish up this passion project. We get 736 VC from that NBA game, and then we just had one more game to play up against Cat. So we go ahead and knock down that shot, finish up this open run court game, and just like that, we complete the passion project and get 12,500 VC. So we just quickly got like 50,000 VC. It's just really one of the best VC methods in this entire game. We also have those GOAT Dynasty quests that we can work on now, and just like that, we have 50,000 VC. Like I said, this method is absolutely cracked out. It's still probably the best VC method in the game. As you can see, just wanted to show again all of the quests that I did to get that 50,000 VC. We're gonna go ahead and max out our pass accuracy, our ball handle, and get our post control up to an 80, and our vertical up a little bit as well to get to a 74 overall. And this was just a little over 24 hours after I created this build. We're already at a 74 overall. Decided to use 2 cap breakers on our 3 to get to an 87, and then I also used 5 more cap breakers on the pass accuracy, get to a 97. I would have liked to get 99 pass ac, especially on a Jokic build, but 97 will have to do. Here's a little update on what the badges are currently looking like. We have set shot specialist maxed out at gold, so I decided to go ahead and put that on legend using our max plus 2s for the shooting specialization. So hey, Jokic has already got legend set shot specialist, and we also got Hall of Fame Deadeye on a 74 overall build. So we are looking really good, and I wasn't sure if it would be cheating to use these badge elevators. Let me know down below in the comments if you think I should be allowed to use those. But now that we're at a 74 overall, it was the next day after I made this build, so we had some more daily rewards to get. We get 500 VC from the wheel and then we also get 400 VC from our daily pick'em. But now it is time to step back online. We're at a 74 overall. We got some good badges. Unfortunately, I didn't have any teammates on, so it was the no squad 3v3 for Jokic. And this was the first time that I had really played in the theater no squad, besides like one other time. And it was definitely a struggle like the casual court was. As you see, our teammate not starting off the hottest, and you will see some characters. If you hop on a 70 overall black plaque build in the no squad theater, you will see some characters in here, especially in game chat. It was crazy the first couple games that we had, but here we are 0-0 in this game. Our teammate's gonna go ahead and get Jokic the ball, pump faking, trying to get to the rim, actually getting that layup to go, an early 8% contested. I'm not exactly sure how that went in, and our teammate tried to replicate it, but unfortunately he was just not as good as Jokic, and he misses that one and doesn't run back on defense at all. And we are quickly down 8-2 in this game. And again, I'm not exactly sure what kind of defense these guys were playing. Everybody's just open on the court. Luckily, they miss wide open. Got to take the ball into our hands, make the nice little outlet pass right there. But like I said, this game was definitely a struggle. I mean, our teammate's just dribbling into the defender's legs. He's wide open for three, and for some reason goes for the contact dunk. The other guy's wide open for three after we get the rebound. He misses. And yeah, that was pretty much the story of this game. Luckily though, Jokic getting a wide open three and knocking down that shot. So the jump shot's feeling good, and we're getting a block, running up in transition, a little pass fake, knocking down that three as well. So Jokic is doing all he can to try and get a win out here, but our teammates just had other ideas. I mean, they're just dribbling right into defenders like they're not even there. Like, sometimes I don't even know how these people are real people. Like, what are we doing out here, fellas? Like, there's no way you're that bad at this game. Like, what is this guy doing? He's just going up with shot after shot, just contested, and we end up losing that game 23-12. I started to lose my mind a little bit playing this no squad mode. I won't even lie. Like, it was crazy. I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like, these people just made crazy decisions as we knocked down that wide open three. I mean, this guy in the cape right here, what is that shot selection? It's crazy the people that you play with and against in this no squad mode, especially at a low overall black plaque build. It's absolutely insane. I mean, we get this wide open layup to go right here. So we're up 14-11, hoping to get our first win. 18-18 now. This guy shoots up a crazy shot, misses it. Jokic somehow grabs the rebound right there, throwing it up to our teammate in transition. So we might actually end up winning this game 20-18. This guy goes up with another crazy take, and of course he misses it. And now they're coming down. I actually leave my man wide open, but it doesn't matter because everybody on the court is wide open. 21-20 now. I'm wide open for three. Just don't get the ball until it's way too late. Now Jokic just got to try and make a play, pass it off to our teammate. He doesn't know what to do with the ball, and he turns it over, and that's going to be another loss for Jokic. It was just a big time struggle out here. If you ever need teammates, I would just recommend playing My Career or the ones, because this no squad court, it's not it. Another wide open three for Jokic. At least I was knocking down my shots when I was wide open. I don't know why they wouldn't trust Jokic more. I mean, I know I'm on a 74 overall, but I'm knocking down all these shots, but it really didn't matter. We're down 20-11 in this game, actually getting a little steal right there, playing some solid defense. I was doing all that I could to try and get these guys a win, but I mean, I don't know what we're doing. We're just dribbling into the defender, throwing it off of them. Somehow I grab that rebound and go up. So we get 8 points, but again, it really didn't matter because they just come down. That was one thing I will say was partially my fault, as we get 198 VC from that game. I had no interior defense whatsoever, so if I went up against a center with any type of inside scoring, it was pretty much game over because I didn't have any type of defense whatsoever. That was the only downside to the Jokic build at this point, but I mean, we're a 74 overall, so as long as I can knock down my open shots, I feel that should be good enough. And finally, we actually did find some decent teammates after around 4 games of just pure craziness. I don't even know how to describe those first couple of games, but finally we found some guys that can knock down some jump shots. The only downside was these guys really didn't pass me the ball much. I don't know if they knew each other or what, because they just kind of passed it back and forth, which I mean was fine with me because we're finally actually getting some wins. But I would also like to score some points as well. But at least we're getting 268 VC a game besides like 150. So we're up 12-11 in this game right here. And like I said, I mean, I would just be standing wide open and these guys wouldn't pass me the ball for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. I guess they were just trying to get their own points, but hey, it's the no squads core. You got to try and pass the ball around a little bit. We finally get some stats in this game. A lot of these games, I'm not even showing a bunch of the games because like I said, I didn't really get the ball that much. We get a little transition dunk right there, which was nice, and a nice little block. I was kind of surprised the amount of blocks I was getting on this build. Was trying to get a wide open three right there, and obviously I'm not going to get the ball back because for some reason they're just not showing Jokic any love right now. You see my guys just standing in the paint, not guarding anything, but hey, at least we're getting some wins as we win that one 22-13, and we get 299 BC. So I can't really complain too much if we're winning. I know I've been complaining a lot in this video, especially about my teammates, but I think it was for good reason. I finally get the ball right there and I knocked down a shot. I showed them I can knock down shots. I just don't know why I didn't get the ball a little bit more, but we're not going to complain anymore throughout this video. We're just going to go ahead and grind out some of these games. We finally got some teammates who can actually shoot the ball and make some decent decision. Nice little pass right there, and Jokic knocks down that shot. The Hall of Fame Deadeye was definitely working right there, and that is why I had to switch up the jump shot, or not even switch up Jokic's jump shot. All I did was use the same base, like Jokic's base and releases, but I just turned the speed all the way up because, as you can probably tell, it's a very slow jump shot. But we knocked down that three right there, giving us, I think, 8 points for that game. And we also get 325 VC. So can't complain about it too much. We're winning a bunch of games now, going on a little bit of a win streak. And that is one thing I will say, which is nice about the 3v3 no squads core. If you actually find a decent team, you can go on a pretty decent win streak. Just finding that team is really, really hard. It took about 5 games, I think, of losing until I finally found some decent teammates. But it was definitely nice to actually finally get some wins under our belt. I was definitely tanking my record playing in all of these no squad theater games, but it's all good. Who really cares about a win record anymore in 2K, as our teammate is knocking down that shot right there. 9-12. Got 3 points on Jokic. Not really doing anything too crazy. They're coming down, taking a very questionable shot. So we're moving it up in transition. A little crossover move and a dot over to our teammate. That's really how I want to play on this Jokic build, especially in the rec. I'm really excited to play rec on this build. I want to grab rebounds, push it up in transition, throw break starter passes. I mean, we have that 97 pass accuracy. So I'm just really excited to get this build to like an 80, 85, obviously 90, 99 overall. It's going to be a really, really fun build. But in this game right here, we're up 18-17. Our teammate obviously is not going to pass the ball, so I'm going to try and get the rebound. He unfortunately misses after a very questionable shot, and they come down and get a dunk. So we're actually kind of in a close game right here, 19-18. I got to try and trust in the teammates because I mean, I'm wide open again, and they're just not going to give me the ball, standing wide open in the corner. Again, it's a little bit too late, but Jokic is going to make the right pass. They might not always make the right pass to Jokic, but he'll always make the right play in the end. And we win that game as well, 328 VC, and also get our max potential up to a 90. So overall, we're making some really, really solid progress on this Jokic build. I mean, we're already at a 74 overall on day 2 on the account. Hoping to get to 75 before the day ends as our teammate knocks down that shot right there. And this was an easy game. Again, didn't really do too much because we weren't getting the ball, but we get a rebound right there. And I said, hey, let's take it into our own hands. A little pass fake, one step through, another triple threat move, and looking like Jokic right there, knocking down that 3. That's really how I want to play on this build. It's really slow, but also I don't know if it's just like using the Jokic animations that makes it feel a little bit authentic. It's just really, really fun. I love coming out here on different NBA builds and just playing in different play styles as well. So we end up winning that game on a little 5-game win streak in the no squads, getting almost 300 VC yet again. And we were just cruising with these guys. They might not give us the ball a bunch. As you see, he's shooting that one up wide open, missing it. Jokic grabbing the rebound, making the right play yet again, and we get an assist. like I said, these guys really weren't giving us the ball too much, so unfortunately there wasn't much to show throughout a lot of these games, which was kind of unfortunate, but at least we were finally winning games on the Jokic build. I don't know what this guy's doing, shooting up a crazy shot right there, and we're actually tied up 14-14. This was a close one, probably the closest that we had playing with these guys. Got 7 rebounds, make that 3 assists. 17-14 now. They're shooting up a shot and we're looking good. Got takeover, getting the rebound, trying to push it up in transition, hitting them with a little pass fake and knocking down the midi. I really haven't shot too many mid-range shots. The build has a 90 mid-range, so I definitely got to start shooting some middies, but unfortunately our teammate decides to shoot that shot up instead, and they're coming down in transition, not really playing any defense. I guess maybe that was my man after the switch, but it's all tied up at 19 now. After we were up 19-14, Jokic is wide open on the 3-point line. Kind of the story of playing with these guys, just not getting hit when we were open. Throw it over to him when he's open and he misses, and this guy comes down in transition. Nobody picks him up and we end up losing. I honestly wasn't too upset because those guys were kind of ball hogs and I really didn't get to do too much, but at least they got us 5 wins, so gotta give them some credit there, I suppose. But after all of those no squad games, we completed some daily challenges and got up to 4,700 VC, and that is gonna allow Jokic to get to a 73 defensive rebound, giving us a 75 overall. All right, so here we are at a 75 overall. First thing we got to do when we get on the account for the day is hit up the daily rewards, see if we can get any VC for Jokic. Unfortunately, we only get 10 Gatorade, so we're going to go ahead and do that and also hit up the daily pick'em. This is kind of just my routine that I do every single day that I get on my account to get some free easy VC. And since we had some daily challenges, one that said get a B teammate grade in the theater and one that was just to get 1 assist in a multiplayer game, decided to hit up the no squads court yet again. We have not had good luck so far on Jokic in the no squads court, but we're gonna see how things are looking in the theater today. We already have the 1 assist we need, so now we just need to get a B teammate grade and also win the game to get both of those daily challenges done. So I'm just hoping and praying that our teammates actually have brains today, and Jokic is gonna go ahead and help us out there by getting that dunk. And we're actually up 10-4 right now, so things are looking good. Minded Most is gonna find Jokic wide open at the top of the 3-point line, so we're kind of cruising in the first game of the day so far. 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, and I'm looking to score, playing a little bit more aggressive than I was in the past on the no squads court, shooting that right over the defender. I think that's like a 60 overall, so it's really not anything too crazy, but Jokic and the boys get a dub right there, 21-8. And we also get 353 VC. And I also wanted to go ahead and show you all the animations I'm currently using on Jokic. Got most of his dribble moves and go-to shots and everything like that, but there are a couple, like I got the Giannis crossover on, Kevin Durant's hesitation. I mean, those are moves that Jokic doesn't even have in the game, so I decided to throw those on and then hop onto the ones court just for a couple games. I really don't play a bunch of ones on NBA 2K26, but I feel like for this Jokic build, it actually wouldn't be a bad ones build, especially because it has a bunch of post control moves. Like right there, we're just bodying up this banana right here, up 5-0. This guy wasn't really playing much defense, and it was double dunk, so had to go ahead and take advantage of it right there. Up 9-0 in this game. I mean, he's just leaving Jokic wide open, so you know we were going to go ahead and knock that down. Another bucket here, looking to get into the post a little bit, trying to work on the post moves. I haven't done much post work here in 2K26, so a little rusty there. That was actually really ugly, so we definitely got to work on the post game a little bit, but we got the shooting down with this Jokic jump shot, using the little Giannis cross right there to get to the rim. We're cruising in this ones game. Obviously, this guy's not the best at the game, but snatching back, shooting with confidence, and I still don't have a takeover on. I definitely need to change that, but again, using that Giannis crossover, little push through move, and that's going to be a free easy dub for Jokic, 21-3, 350 VC. And then after that game, I finally remembered to just put on a takeover. This is not really going to help us for the one score, but it will definitely help down the line. I'm going to go ahead and put pass accuracy and 3-point shooting on, and obviously got to put on the Dish Master Takeover. It's one of the better takeovers in 2K26 if you're not familiar. Just boosts your teammate shooting a bunch when you have it on. So obviously it's not going to help in the ones right here because we don't have anybody to pass to, but later down the line, once we start playing a bunch of rec and park in this video, that takeover is going to be really helpful. And we actually have a sharpshooter takeover on in this one's game, but this guy was just letting us shoot over and over again, so wasn't helping Jokic get any ankle breakers or anything like that. Trying to get into the post, make a nice little post fade right there. I mean, I was just kind of messing around in this game because this guy wasn't playing much defense at all. So we're going to go ahead and finish up that game with a nice easy 21-2 victory. A pretty boring game on the ones, but we get 433 BC. Decided that was enough ones court. We got all of our daily challenges done that I could do by myself. So now it is time to go ahead and finish up this passion project in our My Career that we have been working on so far on Jokic. And we're just going to run through this really quickly. Obviously, I don't want to bore you with any My Career or anything like that. So we're just going to get these quests done, working on this merchandising tier 7 and also the Gatorade tier 4, where we just have to do a couple of quests like lead the team in points. And then we're also working on this GOAT skill for total 3-point shots. And we have another GOAT skill that we're working on that includes our unrelenting one, but we'll show you all of the progress for that in just a second. So we're going to go ahead and finish up our first NBA season. Now, if you're not familiar how to get through the playoffs really quickly in your first NBA season, it's really simple. You don't have to do any of this, but I decided to just go ahead and throw up a 3 and make that. But what you want to do is go ahead and just sim to end with no VC. And the reason you have to do this, if you don't know, is because for some reason you have to play the first and last game of every series in your first NBA season. So for an example, we were up 3-1 in this series against the Mavericks, and then we just had to go ahead and try and win one more game. We're gonna go ahead and sim to end with no VC, and unfortunately we did lose, so that means it would go to a game 7 where obviously we have to play the last game. So we're gonna go ahead and just play this game out. We're gonna do the little foul method where we foul 4 times, and then it'll take us to the 4th quarter where we can go ahead and make sure our team wins, because obviously we want to win every single series and win the NBA finals to get all of our quests and everything we need done. So we're gonna go ahead and utilize this foul method, foul one more time here in the 3rd quarter to get to the 4th. And you see we're down here in the 4th quarter by 20, but obviously we're playing on rookie My Career, so it's really not too hard to come back. We just green every single shot that we take, drop 40 points in the 4th quarter, and secure a series win up against the Mavericks. I just wanted to go ahead and show you, in case you were a little bit confused what I was talking about how to get through these playoffs as quickly as possible. Just want to show a little example series of what needs to be done if when you're simulating that first and last game, you don't win both of those games. So we actually ended up completing one of the Gatorade quest lines. So we got 3,000 VC from that, which was actually pretty nice. So now in our next season, we just need to win MVP to go ahead and complete that Gatorade quest line. But now we're just going through these playoffs as quickly as possible, simulating for the first game. Luckily, we get a dub. We win that series against the Rockets, and then we just had to go ahead and win another series up against the Thunder, and then we go ahead and win the Western Conference Finals. And now we have to go ahead and collect the VC from that 730 VC. Actually get a good amount of my points, so it's really not too bad when you have to play a couple of games because it helps with VC and my points, especially when you're doing a little 60 to 99. And then we just had a series up against the Knicks. We went ahead and utilized the same methods where we were simming through the first and last game, but the only thing you have to do in the finals is make sure you play this last game. You want to go ahead and win that game and play through it, and then we can go ahead and win the NBA finals. And now we can start working on some of these off-season quests for our first season. We want to go ahead and talk to Austin in our My Court. He's going to give us one game to play for the FIBA qualifiers. This is very important. Do not go up and talk to the guy in the yellow jacket before you play this game in your first off season. It's going to ask you to select 3 players from the NBA. You can go ahead and select whoever you want. I went ahead and selected LeBron, Curry, and Anthony Edwards, but again, it really doesn't matter. These games are really easy. The only thing that's a little annoying about these FIBA games is you want to go ahead and play the entire game. You don't want to mess around with the foul method or anything like that, but just drop a bunch of points. You see I had 66 points, 7 rebounds. We were up by 30, and then you can just ask out with VC. Make sure it says with VC, and then you'll be good to go. So we get 824 VC from that game, And now that we've completed that FIBA game in our off season, we can go ahead and walk up to this guy in the yellow shirt, and then he can go ahead and tell us to select our team for the next season. We're going to stay on the Nuggets, obviously, because we're on Jokic. So we complete our off-season activities, and now we just have to run through another season of my career. So we're going to select our key game goals for this half of the season, and we're working on this unrelenting quest still. Just wanted to go ahead and point that out. We got to activate that a couple more times. We're completing this little quest for Austin in our my career, get 500 VC from that, and now we're just going to go ahead and run through this second season of my career as quickly as we can. We're just obviously using the same methods as before to get through these games as quickly as possible. Each game only takes around 5 minutes, so you can really knock out a season of my career relatively quickly. You see all of the VC that we got from all of the games that we played in that first half of the season. Then we also get 1,000 VC for completing the rival ruckus. And then we're going ahead and doing the same exact thing for the second half of the season, selecting our key games. And then also, before we hop into that second half of the season, we have 15,000 VC to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade our vertical a little bit up to a 30-1, along with our defensive rebound up to an 85, and that's going to give Jokic a 76 overall. And again, we're just working towards all of these endorsement quests, the merchandising, the Gatorade, the 2 GOAT skill 1 as well. So we got a bunch of quests to work on in the second half of this season. We end up getting Rebound Chaser on silver, 860 VC. We got a bunch of my points and a bunch of VC from the second half of that season. And then we also finally complete the GOAT skill Unrelenting. So that was around 15,000 VC just by activating that GOAT skill 50 times. And then we finally complete the second half of the NBA season, getting 1,000 VC from that. We win MVP, of course, averaging 49 points a game, and that's going to allow us to complete the Gatorade endorsement as well, getting 7,000 VC from that. Now, for your second half of the NBA season, luckily, we don't have to play the first and last game or anything like that. We just have to go ahead and simulate all of these games. And unfortunately, if you do get unlucky like I did, you want to go ahead and make sure you win this game. So because when I was simulating, we went down 3-2 against the Warriors, I did have to play the fourth quarter of both of game 6 and game 7 in this series against the Warriors. But I mean, we got my points and VC, so it really wasn't all that bad. And then we also had to go ahead and play a game against the Mavericks and a game 7 against the Spurs to win the Western Conference Finals. Usually in your second NBA season, you can just simulate every single game, and most of the time you can just sweep every series. I, for some reason, just got unlucky. I don't know if it was because I was on the Nuggets or what, but got unlucky, had to play a couple extra games that you normally have to, but we simulated all the way through the NBA Finals, and the only game you usually have to play is the final game of the season to win the NBA Finals. So we went ahead and did that up against the Knicks, and now we're in the off season of our second My Career season, and this is very, very important. You see, we're already up to 30,000 VC after completing all of those quests during our second season, but now we're going to go ahead and complete the FIBA tournament. This is the big money maker. You see, we get 25,000 VC for winning this FIBA tournament, and we also complete our merchandising tier 7 quest by winning 3 games. And we're also still working on this GOAT skill for total 3-point shots. So we have a bunch of VC to make really, really quickly in probably just about an hour or 2 of real-time gameplay. So you see, we go ahead and do the same thing as before in these FIBA games. You want to make sure you play every single minute that you can until you get up by 30 points, and then you can just ask out with VC. So I did that 3 times, got the VC from those games, and now we completed the merchandising tier 7 quest. That's going to be 15,000 VC added to the bank. And then we also get this Deruso commercial. I don't know if I said that right, but basically you just walk in and out of your my court, and then you get this really, really weird cutscene. I'm not sure what that's all about, but we get 2,500 VC, so I'm not going to complain about that. Again, we're still working on this GOAT skill, and we have to go ahead and complete the FIBA tournament. We have 2 more games left to play since we've already played 3. So we're going to go ahead and play this game against Australia, doing the same method as before, just playing to the fourth quarter. And then we have a game against France as well. You see, we're up by 40. Go ahead and ask out with VC in that one as well. And just like that, Jokic on Team USA, I know it really doesn't make too much sense, but I mean, it's just a part of my career storyline. It's not like I can have him go out there and play for Serbia or anything like that. But either way, we finally complete the FIBA tournament. You see, if we go ahead and look at our endorsements, all of those quests are gone and they are now in the completed category. And if we go and look at how much VC we now have, we are all the way up to 76,000 VC, just like that. That just shows how good this My Career method really is. So we're upgrading our close shot to an 80, maxing out our free throw, interior defense up to a 76, max out our steal up to a 60, getting strength up to a 70, and getting our vertical all the way up to a 65. And that's going to get us to an 84 overall on Jokic, just like that, making a massive leap in this 60 to 99 overall grind. So we got a bunch of new badges as well. And we also still have this GOAT skill quest for total points, but we're going to save that for a little bit later down the line in the video. I actually decided to switch Jokic over to the Spurs, mainly just so I could have the number 15 when I go and play rec. I would not recommend doing that if you're grinding for VC on your own player, but either way, it doesn't matter too much for Jokic because I'm not going to be playing any more My Career, maybe besides like one more game, but decided to go ahead and head over to the lethal shooter gym to get our lethal zones. So now that when we head over to the rec center, we can go ahead and have all of our lethal zones and stuff like that. So it's time to head over to the rec center, the no squads rec. It's always an interesting experience, especially when you're at a bronze plaque, 84 overall. Obviously, Jokic has 0 across the boards in the rec. First time out here on the rec with Jokic, trying to grab a rebound right there, throwing it up to our teammate, and nope, he misses the layup wide open. So not a great start for Jokic, and I do realize I have Jokic in the wrong drip right now. I have him wearing a headband, a shooting sleeve. I honestly just forgot that I had all of these accessories on and everything like that. But after this game, we'll get Jokic looking right, so he's not looking all goofy out there and everything like that. But here in this rec game, up 17 to 13, we obviously already have a teammate quitting, but it's all good because the AI is going to find Jokic wide open right in that lethal zone spot that we just got. So go ahead and knock that 3 down, grabbing another board. This time, our teammate finishes it out on the break, and luckily, the other team was just a little bit worse than our team here in the random rec. That's kind of how it goes a lot. You see Jokic knocking down another corner 3 right there, especially in these low plaque, like bronze plaque, black plaque rec. A lot of the times, at least for me, it seems like it just comes down to which team is worse and which team has players quit, because in this game, our team wasn't even really that good. We only have 48 points in the third quarter, which is not bad, but the other team only has 24 points. I think a lot of them quit and they had like 1 or 2 people left. But hey, Jokic is having a pretty solid game. 6 points, 7 rebounds, make that 9 rebounds, 7 assists. So we almost have a triple double. So it's really looking like a Jokic game out here, whether we're playing up against AIs. I mean, it really doesn't matter too much. We're out here just trying to get VC and trying to get my points. We're up 50 to 24 now. I mean, these guys, like I was saying, these guys only have 24 points in the third quarter. They were just not a very good team at all. You see our teammate, I mean, they don't even know what they're doing. We only have 50 points in the third quarter. If it wasn't for the other team being really, really bad, we probably would have lost this game, but I'm not complaining. We got 6 points, 10 rebounds, looking for something here. Our teammates are just throwing lobs to each other. The AI is throwing it out to this guy. I'm wide open, finally get the ball, and Jokic knocks down that 3 right there. And now we have 9 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 assists, but I can't really act like it was a crazy game or anything like that, because at this point, I think they had 1 guy left. So it was just AI shooting up shots over and over again. I'm grabbing rebounds. Our teammates are running out of bounds. I mean, this pretty much just sums up bronze plaque rec at an 84 overall. It's honestly kind of fun because a lot of the players, like I said, are just not that great, and we can pretty much just do whatever I want. Knocking down that 3 right there, giving us 12 points, 19 rebounds. We only need 1 more assist for a pretty crazy triple double, but this guy would kind of just run out the clock. Our teammate grabs the rebound. I'm trying to call for the ball, but we just unfortunately did not get it, and we would end up winning this game 85 to 36 with a almost triple double, 12 points, 19 rebounds, and 9 assists. A pretty insane stat line, but like I said, it really wasn't anything too crazy because we played pretty much 1 person the entire game. So after that game, had to go ahead and take all of those accessories off Jokic. I honestly should have left on his leg sleeves because he does wear those in real life, but for some reason I thought Jokic just wore no accessories. So we're looking a little bit like a bum now, but it's all good. Jokic is playing well, getting a steal right there, kicking it over to our teammate in the corner. And this game was actually a little bit more competitive. It wasn't like that last game. Jokic wide open on the three-point line, knocking down that shot. And this is kind of when I started to learn that, especially with this Jokic jump shot, I have to shoot it pretty much right away. I can't hesitate at all. It's just so slow. Even though I made a custom with all of Jokic's like pure release, his base and everything like that, I made it as fast as I can, but it is still a very, very slow jump shot. Even when I no dip, like that's a no dip right there. I ended up missing it wide open, but like it's just really, really slow. But I can't really complain about it too much. It's still actually a solid jump shot once you learn it. And you see right here, we got Dishmaster takeover finally activated. And again, we're in a little bit of a closer game, 42-44, grabbing that rebound, throwing it down to our teammates, getting a nice little pass to assist right there. So moving on into the second half, we're up by 2. Jokic is grabbing another rebound on triple double watch yet again, passing it up to our teammate. He finds Jokic yet again on that right wing, missing another jump shot. So I was struggling a little bit with my jump shot in this game. We're up by 1 here in the fourth quarter. Jokic keeping his teammates involved. If I'm not knocking down shots, the least I can do is find the wide open teammate. So here we are, wide open at the top of the key, but decided to kick it over to our guy with deep bomber, and he knocks that one down. 3 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, trying to get some more points here, maybe get a triple double, standing wide open on the 3-point line. I'm just calling for the ball, hands up, just pass Jokic the ball, but our teammates were not having it, and we end up going up 13 with a nice little and one right there. So still waiting for that first triple double as they knock down that shot at the end of the game, but we win 97-83, get 46,000 my points and 1,000 VC. So overall, a really, really solid random rec game. If I can get 40,000 my points and 1,000 VC in every rec game, we're gonna get this 60-99 done very, very quickly. So running up again here in the random rec, moving along here pretty nicely, grabbing that rebound, kicking it up to our teammates. Everyone's down the court. They know it's that Jokic build. They're waiting for that 97 pass accuracy to come through. And this time in this game, we're knocking down that shot. Started to shoot a little bit better after we struggled in the last game. Getting a lane steal right there. We got two-way activated, so we're moving down the court pretty quickly, hitting our teammate over there wide open in the corner. And that was something that I was actually really surprised about when I started using this Jokic build as we knocked down the nice easy midi. The steal rating on this build being a 60 helps out a ton. This build is really, really slow on defense, as you can probably tell. We only get like a 50 or 60 something speed, so we're really, really slow out there, but having that high steal rating and actually being able to get steals as we get that nice little pass right there, getting those steals in the lane helps out a ton, especially in some comp games. A little bit later down the line in the video, we're going to be playing some squatted rec and actually playing in some, like, you know, competitive games. Having that high steal rating helps out a ton. I know I don't know why I'm yapping about the steal rating so much, but I'm just saying it helps out a ton, and I really, really enjoy it. And we're actually again on triple double watch here in the fourth quarter in this game. It was pretty much another nice easy dub as we're getting our 9th rebound right there. We got 9 points, make that 10 assists and 9 rebounds. So we only need 1 more point and 1 more rebound to get our first triple double on the Jokic build. I'm trying to score, but I know if I see a guy wide open on the wing, gotta let him take that. He shoots that one up. I was hoping he would miss to get that 10th rebound. And that's another thing I really like about this Jokic build. I can throw inbound passes from the baseline pretty much all the way down the court, and it's going to be a good pass 9 times out of 10. Grabbing that rebound, we got the 10th rebound, and now I'm not passing. I'm looking for this 10th point. An absolutely terrible shot. Our teammates actually trying to help us out, and I go up with another terrible layup. So I'm selling the triple double right now. Only 50 seconds left to go in this game. He shoots another shot up, misses. I'm coming down, not passing yet again, being a little bit selfish, but this time Jokic stops and pops and knocks down the midi to give us our 11th point, and that's going to give us our first triple double on the Jokic build, 11 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists. I mean, the build is called a triple-double threat, so we're really playing up to it right now. Only somehow get 24,000 my points in that game with a triple-double. Not really sure what's up with that, but after those rec games, we get up to 4,400 VC, and the random rec was actually working out really well and treating us well. But when the boys hop on and want to run some squatted rec and it's double rep in the city, I mean, I couldn't say no. We had to come out here and hoop in these games, even if they were a little bit more competitive and I wasn't able to get as many stats as I was getting in the no squad. When you're playing with the boys in the rec, it's always a good time, and I was having a bunch of fun on this Jokic build as Tough hits Carter on that nice easy backdoor right there. We're actually down by 9 to start off this game. Pump faking though, getting him to jump, and Jokic getting on the board here. 2 points, 2 rebounds to start off this game. That was the only downside about playing squatted rec. As you see, we get that rebound and throw it down to Tough. The only downside is that when we're playing in these competitive games, I mean, they're not like crazy competitive games or anything like that, but definitely playing up against better competition than compared to the random rec, I'm not able to do as much on the Jokic build, because now instead of playing up against centers that are bronze plaques, like 90 overall, maybe a silver plaque here and there, we're playing up against purple, maybe even a red plate center who's got like a meta center build with like 99 O board and everything like that. And the Jokic build definitely struggles up against those meta builds, but hey, we're gonna come out here and do what we can, grabbing another great rebound, chucking it down to Tough, and luckily that's going to get our break starter up as well. Only have it as silver right now. That's going to help out a ton, and again, this is what I was talking about. That 60 steal rating is really nice, and we're actually doing well in this first game. 2 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, getting a second steal right there. We would end up pulling away from these guys as we normally do. 85 to 68 at this point. Luckily, Tough is being nice enough, trying to get Jokic some buckets here. Jab stepping, going into the paint, getting a little bully ball going on, throwing that dunk down. So hey, at least in the squatted rec, unlike no squads, I can finally actually just call for the ball. Tough's gonna hit us with a great pass right there. We're getting up to 7 points, 10 points now, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists in our first game with the squad. And we win 91 to 72. And the really good thing about playing with the crew is we get a bunch more VC. We get 1,300 VC in that game. That is the real big benefactor of playing with a squad in the rec. You get a bunch of VC compared to when you just play no squads. As we get that block right there, throwing it down to Tough here in another game. We're up 8 to 5. Carter's gonna see us here right on the cut, throwing that dunk down, and we're just cruising through these games right now, just grinding out some rec with the squad, playing some solid defense down there in the paint. I was talking like Jokic wasn't going to be able to come out here and compete, but we're out here doing our thing here in the first quarter. And again, this is what I'm talking about, chucking it all the way down the court from the inbound, and Carter knocks down that great buzzer beater shot right there. And now we're just looking here in the second quarter, looking to get another bucket. Tough's gonna go ahead, grab him there, not able to grab that, but luckily he plays great defense, gets it right back. Jokic could have had the open shot right there, but decided to pass it over to John to give us an 11-point lead. And in this game, we were cruising yet again, hitting Tough with a nice little pass back right there, and that's gonna unlock the Dishmaster takeover. And when we get that, I'm looking to throw it to whoever's down the court. Tough's got Deep Bomber. That's a deadly combo right there. Dishmaster and Deep Bomber. I mean, you can pretty much just shoot wherever you want on the court. So we're just getting a bunch of rebounds right now, getting a bunch of assists. And you see here in the third quarter, I mean, we're up by 30. 2 points, make that 10 assists and 10 rebounds. And I was saying, hey, in the fourth quarter, let's see if Jokic can get a little triple-double. Tough hitting us with a nice easy pass right there. And now we just need a couple more points to secure another triple-double. Wide open, getting him to jump with a little step through right there, getting our 7th point of the game. And now we just need one more 3. Tough with the great steal right there. And he's going to make the unselfish play, hitting Jokic wide open on the 3-point line. And that's going to give us another triple-double here on the Jokic build. And I was having a ton of fun out here. In this game, it wasn't really competitive. We did play in some competitive games throughout the win streak that we went on, but this game right here, we could just have some fun. Jokic getting another pop right there, knocking down yet another 3. And that's going to go ahead and pretty much wrap up this game. Tough shoots that one up, grabbing one more rebound, kicking it out to him for the wide open 3. And now we're going to go ahead and wrap up this game. 13 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists. to give us another squatted rec win. Unfortunately, we couldn't see for some reason the VC that we got from that game, but I can assume it was probably around 13 to 1500 VC. And just like that, we are up to 8500 VC in the account. So we can go ahead and upgrade our strength to a 75, our interior defense up to an 82. And that's going to give Big Jokic an 85 overall. And we would end up playing a couple more games. You see right here in this one, not much going on. We get 1300 VC, but I had to show this in this game right here. Time running down in the first quarter, knocking down a 73% contested shot on the Jokic build. I think that was the biggest contest of like a shot that I've greened in 2K26 so far. I just had to show that in this game. You see we're up by a bunch here in the fourth quarter, still playing like Jokic, grabbing rebounds and assists, but that was just insane. A 73% contested shot with this slow Jokic jump shot. I have no idea how I greened that, but we end up winning that game again on a little 2-game win streak, and we get 1700 BC from that game because I think we had player of the game for getting another triple double. And then this was the last game of the day that we were playing in the squatted rec. Have a little bit of a comp game here, and it would come down to the fourth quarter. I really wasn't sure if I wanted to show how this game ended, but I mean, for the sake of the 60 to 99 and showing the ups and downs of a 60 to 99 overall grind, I had to show it. You see we're up by 11. Surely there's no way we lose or sell this game. Unfortunately, Tough throws a little turnover right there. We're only up by 8 now. We still should be chilling. We just got to not let them shoot up any threes, and we should be good, right? So we're up 6 points here. Carter's going to go ahead and shoot that one up. Not really his fault. It was the end of the shot clock, just a little bit unlucky, and then they throw it down to this guy who I think pretty much made every single shot that he took in this game. But we're still up by 5, and then somehow he greens that shot that was only 9% covered. So it's getting a little sketchy at this point now. We're still up by 4 with 15 seconds left, but they grab a rebound, kick it back out to the center, and now they're only down by 1. Luckily, we got Tough on the team. He knocks down 2 clutch free throws, and then this where it gets a little sad. We decide to play the foul game, so we should be chilling. He misses both free throws, and Jokic gets the rebound, and you can probably tell where this is going by the way I've been talking about this game. I missed the first shot. Jokic just needs to knock down 1 free throw, and I earlied the second one. I don't know how I missed it that bad, and then they come down and knock down a wide open 3. So it's all tied up at 83. Carter goes in, misses the dunk, and now they have 1.5 seconds, all tied up after we're up by 11 with like 2 minutes left to go in this game. I'm just praying they don't knock down this shot. He shoots it up, a 51% contested shot, and due to Jokic missing 2 clutch free throws, I just needed to make 1. We end up losing our last squatted rec game. So I don't know if Jokic is going to be able to show himself in the rec anymore, so I decided to go ahead and get away from the rec center and just get back into the park and have a little bit of fun out here, try and get that loss out of our minds. So we're out here now on the park with Ronaldo and Sage out here in Rivet City, just trying to get some easy VC and some easy wins, and we actually went on a pretty solid win streak with these guys. This was probably actually the most competitive game that we played the entire win streak. We're actually down 14 to 13. I'm trying to pop to the corner for a 3. Nothing's there. Sage gets the pass tipped away, but luckily finds Jokic wide open at the top of the 3, knocking that one down, and we just need to stop right now. 16 to 14. They're trying to get a 3 as well, all congested at the top of the 3-point line, and he knocks down that tough 11% contested shot. So we got to try and get another bucket right back down by 1. I'm trying to get a little pick and roll to go with Sage, but he finds Ronaldo with the nice easy backdoor cut. They would come down and get another bucket. So we're down 18 to 19. Luckily, Sage has deep bomber, and for some reason the center doesn't step up, and he knocks down a clutch 3 right there to give us a close 21 to 19 win. Unfortunately, these guys weren't in my crew, so I wasn't getting that VC bonus when you play with a crew in the park. park, but I'll still take 300 to 400 VC a game. That's still really, really good on a 60 to 99. And like I said, that first game was really the only competitive game that we played throughout this win streak. I mean, these guys are just leaving me wide open for three almost every single time down the court, and Jokic is making them pay. Currently got 6 points in this game, getting a little steal as well, throwing it down to Sage, and he hits us with a crazy pass back, and I'm gonna find Ronaldo wide open on the 3-point line. And we were just cruising through this game right here. And again, I'm talking about these inbound passes. That's just crazy that I can make that pass. I mean, it's not really that crazy with a 97 pass accuracy. You should expect to make that, but I've never had a build so far this year that is able to make passes like that. And I don't know, something about being on a Jokic build and just throwing crazy break starter passes. It's just really, really fun, especially out here on the park. And you see we're up 20 to 13. I'm trying to get busy with them down in the paint a little bit. A little step through here and the layup. Get a little fundamental on them with the Jokic build. You can't always just shoot threes at the top of the key. You got to work in the post a little bit. And that's going to get us another 353 VC. And I don't know what was going on, but we were playing like 70, 80 overalls that were brown and black plates. I don't know what was going on. Maybe because it was a weekend. I think this was on a Saturday. Maybe that's why there was a bunch of, you know, I don't want to say bums in the park, but, you know, players that weren't as good as what you normally see in the park. Normally, it's people who are, I don't want to say that everyone's cheating, but, you know, a lot of people shoot 60 to 70% in the park. A lot of the times when you're coming out here, it feels like you're playing on the 10K court in the stage or something like that. It's usually really crazy, but we were able to come out here and pretty much just chill and have fun, and that's really what I like to do on the park. You see Sage getting that nice little inbound steal. Only 3 points so far for Jokic, but we're going to make that 6 with another wide open 3, getting that Dishmaster takeover as well. So grab that rebound, push it up in transition, a little push through, step back, hesitation move, trying to make a highlight play, and he jumps at us and ruins the fun, and then they come down and knock down a 3. So of course we got to just lock in here and get the final shot. Another crazy pass from Jokic all the way down to Ronaldo, and he knocks down that wide open 3 to give us another win out here on the park, closing in on that 94 overall. And we also get our dimer maxed out at Hall of Fame, and I'm also going to use a max +1 to get that to legend. So very soon we're going to have legend dimer and legend break starter. So those passes from the inbound are going to get even crazier. This game right here was actually a little bit more competitive than the rest. I mean, one of them was a red plate, so we definitely had to lock in here, but we were just in a groove at this point, playing really, really well. This guy's shooting up a very questionable shot. Jokic grabs the rebound, throwing it all the way down to Ronaldo for the nice easy dunk. We're up 6 to 7 at this point in the game, trying to get another bucket. Jokic setting the screen on both people, finding Ronaldo out here on the 3-point line. He finds Jokic for another wide open 3. And in these little comp games, this might not really be a comp game, but I'm just calling it a comp game because they had a red plate on their team. We got to lock in and try and score every single possession. Ben with 2 questionable shots, but it's all good because they're going to come down and miss another shot. Luckily, Ronaldo grabs the board. He's going to find Jokic down there wide open in the paint, throwing that one down. We would kind of actually pull away from these guys, up 16 to 12. They're looking for a bucket here, trying to 3-hunt. Ronaldo playing some great defense. Sage with no takeover on, finds Jokic wide open for 3 in the corner, and I somehow missed that. A very uncharacteristic sell from Jokic right there, and then they would come down and knock down a 3. So it could have been a 7-point game, but instead it's a 1-point game. But luckily we catch him sleeping on the inbound and knock down that 3. So we just need to get one more stop to feel comfortable about winning this game. 19 to 15. They're 3-hunting, obviously trying to look for something, hitting him with hesitation move after hesitation move, and they knock down that 3 right there. So we got to try and get a bucket right here. Up 18 to 19. I'm going to hit Ronaldo on the inbound. He's going to find Sage, looking for another nice easy slip right here from Jokic. He crashes down, and I hit Ronaldo for the wide open 3. We go ahead and win that close little game right there. Another little comp game, and we get 392 VC. And like I said, we would end up winning a bunch of games with these guys, getting our max overall potential up to 95, getting a bunch of VC from these games, pretty much the 300 to 400 every single time, and that's going to get us up to 10,400 VC. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade our standing dunk up to a 66, and that's going to give Jokic an 86 overall. And since Jokic is still hiding from playing in the rec center after that generational sell in that last game, we're heading back into the park yet again, this time with Country and John, and we're just trying to come out here and get as many wins as possible and get that VC and overall up as quickly as we can. Kind of messing around here to start off this game, up 3-2. Jokic pump faking, knocking down that shot right there with two-way tenacity, and we're up 6-2 at this point. Still kind of messing around, hitting him with a little hesitation move, knocking down that shot right there. And we were just cruising along in this game, getting in the post a little bit now, hitting them with that nice little post fade. And that's something I really wanted to start to do on the Jokic build that I haven't done so far, is get in the post a little bit. I mean, this build has a 90 post control, so I definitely want to start getting in the post a little bit, working on the post moves. I haven't really done too many post moves in 2K26, so I definitely need to practice a little bit. But, you know, hitting him with post fades like this, I mean, that is what Jokic does all the time in real life, especially with his go-to shots that I have on and all of his animations. As you see, we get 654 VC because we're playing with people in the crew now, which is going to be a big help. But yeah, I just really want to start getting into the post moves, getting a bunch of post fades, maybe some post hooks. I mean, that is what Jokic does in real life. And I don't know, I feel like it just adds to the 60 to 99 when you're playing with an NBA player template build to try and play like they do in real life. A lot of the times right now, I'm just standing at the 3-point line and I am using Jokic's jump shot, but getting into the post a little bit is going to be fun because we were already grabbing rebounds, throwing crazy passes like Jokic does, standing at the 3-point line, hitting them with triple threat moves and everything like that. The only thing else we really need to do is, like I've been saying, get in the post and start working on those post moves. So we're definitely going to be doing that throughout the rest of this grind. But for right now, we're up 6-17. And again, right here, starting to do it a little bit, hitting with another post fade. And I mean, that just looks exactly like Jokic. I don't know what it is, but just playing on an NBA player's template build and playing exactly like him, hitting post fades like that. I mean, that's a 42% contested fade. That's essentially what Jokic does all the time in real life, and I'm just really starting to have a bunch of fun on this build. You see, we're getting a bunch of VC by playing with our crew. We went on a little 6-game win streak right here, and we're playing a park MVP. And if you don't know, when you play a park MVP, you get 5 times rep and 5 times VC. So we're going to be getting a bunch of VC if we can somehow win this game. I don't really even know how this guy was considered the park MVP. He was only like a starter 5. I mean, he knocks down that shot right there, but John is like a veteran 2 or a veteran 3, and this guy was a starter 5. Unless I read his rep wrong, I'm pretty sure he was a starter 5. So I don't know how he was the park MVP because it goes to the highest rep in the park, which I think was John at the time. But hey, I'm not complaining. If we're going to get some extra VC and some extra rep just by beating this guy, I'm not going to complain. We're up 11-8. These guys weren't really even that good. So this is pretty much just some free rep and free VC as John knocks down that 3 right there. And we're up 14-8 right now, just cruising through this game. I'm going to hit Country wide open on the fast break. He's throwing that one down with his Jaylen Brown build. And we're up 16-8 now on this park MVP. I really don't know, again, how he was even the park MVP, but again, we're not going to complain whatsoever. John throwing the oop up to Jokic. Unfortunately, I don't time it in time, but it's all good because we're hitting him wide open for 3. And now we're getting in the post yet again, trying to get a little glitchy, throwing that one up, missing that one, but Country luckily grabs the rebound, trying to get into the post yet again, and this time knocking down another crazy post fade. And that's going to get us on a 7-game win streak. We get 1,500 VC and that 5 times rep for beating the park MVP. We would end up playing a bunch more games, getting a bunch of VC for playing with the crew. And then I decided to head over to the open court athletics. If you don't know, you can head to this court pretty much once a day and you'll get a little quest completed for 500 VC. And if you remember, we're still working on this total 3-point shots quest from my career, and you can actually work on this in this open court athletics. So I decided to play a couple games of this to get some of those games out of the way, or some of those 3-point shots out of the way. So after we play a couple of those games, we got all the way up to 20,000 VC from playing with Country and John in the park, and also those open court athletics game. So I decided to upgrade my defensive rebound up to a 92, and that's going to get us to an 87 overall. So we got some of those 3-point shots out of the way, but it was taking a little bit too long, so I decided to play one game of my career, drop 126 points. We got 42 threes out of the way. Ask out with VC. We get our rebound chaser all the way up to gold since we just upgraded our defensive rebound to a 92, and we finally complete that GOAT skill quest, and we get like 25,000 VC just from that one quest. So that was a big boost to Jokic that we needed. Didn't really take much time at all. I mean, it did to get all of those threes completed, but in terms of Jokic, it didn't take that long. So I decided to upgrade my offensive rebound up to a 70, giving us an 88 overall. And this is currently what the badges are looking like. We got set shot specialist on legend, we got break starter on legend, and we got legend dimer. So the Jokic build is upgrading really fast right before our eyes. And I decided to come out here back onto the park one more time with John and Jack this time to get a couple more wins. And again, these guys are in the crew, so it's going to be a big help. We're going to be getting like 500 to 600 VC every single game. So we're just out here on the park streaking yet again. We still got some double rep, so it's just all around good vibes right now. Jokic is getting upgraded quickly. We're at an 88 overall. John's getting steals, hitting Jokic for the nice easy layup, and we're just cruising through these games. This game was actually a little close, 14-13 at this point, but John's got that deep bomber takeover, so you know he's feeling confident. He's gonna knock down that deep 2 right there. 16-13 now. We're unlucky to not get that rebound, so we got to stay solid here, try and get another stop to secure this win. They try and hit my guy for the no dip in the corner, but Jokic plays some nice defense, and then they have to foul. So we're up 16-13 now. John's still got that deep bomber takeover, so he's gonna pull up from half court and knock down that shot. And now we just need one more bucket to go ahead and complete this first game with these guys. 19-15. I'm hitting Jack wide open for 3 in the corner, and he's gonna knock that down. 483 VC from that one, and we would go on a pretty big win streak with Jack and John as well, just winning pretty much every single game we played. And Jokic actually ends up hitting purple plate, which was not really ideal because I kind of wanted to head back into the random rec, but when I'm at a purple plate or red plate, I don't know about you guys, but it's very difficult to play random or no squad modes at a purple and red plate. I mean, it's not hard, obviously anybody can do it, but it's just really annoying because you're just playing sweats over and over again. And especially on a Jokic build, I'm really slow out there. I'm going up against 99 O-board centers who are like 6'11". They got the best center builds in the game, and I'm just on little Jokic here. I mean, it's still a really good build, but just playing those no squads mode on a purple plate or a red plate is just really annoying. So for now, we're just gonna stick where we're having fun. I mean, we're getting free easy wins. Jokic is hitting fadeaway shots. There's really no reason to switch it up and go back into the rec. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that rebound, up 16-3, just cruising through yet another game, trying to hit a crazy fadeaway shot right there, miss it, but grab our own rebound, and Jack's gonna find John wide open for 3 right there. And we're trying to make another crazy play. You know, it's 19-5. Jokic is going to get into the post and hit that fadeaway shot right there. Not anything too crazy, but that is going to give us a 10-game win streak. I told you we were going crazy in the park today with John and Jack, getting to 96 overall max potential as well, just winning a bunch of games, moving Jokic's plate farther along into purple plate, which was not ideal, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. That's the way the game is, and if we end up playing rec or something like that, we're just gonna deal with it when the time comes. But we got one more game here for Jokic on the day, 3-3. We're going to go ahead and pass it over to Jack wide open for 3 in the corner. And this game was kind of like the rest of them that we played today. I mean, we're up 11-3. These guys just aren't the best at the game. Shooting up a crazy shot right there. Jack's wide open on the break. He's going to go ahead and throw that one down. 13-6 now. 2 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, all around a great looking Jokic performance, making that 4 points right there. We got our little sharpshooter take activated, so I'm trying to catch some ankles, hit some crazy shots, and that was Jokic's go-to shot right there, which again, I haven't really used too much, and I'm definitely going to start using because that was actually a really solid move. And again, just using those Jokic animations and trying to play as much like the Joker as I can is just really fun. So we're up 20-15 now. John John's going to go ahead and finish up that game right there. That's going to be another 4-game win streak with us. So we played a bunch of games with John and Jack. Shout out to them for helping Jokic out. And after all of those games we played, we are up to 15,000 VC. So I'm going to go ahead and put our strength up to an 83 and get our close shot up to an 86, and that's going to give Jokic a 90 overall. Okay, so here we are at a 90 overall now, and the first thing we got to do, obviously, when we get on the account for the day, hit up the daily reward and the daily pick'em, and we actually get 500 VC from the daily reward, and then we also get some decent VC from the daily pick'em as well. And to start off 90 overall, I decided to head into the random rec. Now, the only downside of heading into the random rec is because I played so well at an 89, 88 overall, we're all the way up to a purple plaque now. So it's going to be tough to get some good games here. If you don't know, the purple plaque and the red plaque rec, it's really, really sweaty. Everyone in here knows what they're doing. And a lot of times for a center build, I'm just grabbing boards and trying to get assists. And especially on a Jokic build, it's really, really tough sometimes when you're going up against people who are really, really trying in the rec to get a lot of stats on a center build. But we're going to come out here and try our best. We're fighting right now, grabbing that rebound, unfortunately turning that one over, and they're coming out here down on the break, shooting that one up. So we got a close one here in the second quarter. We're down 29-20. Our teammates are shooting that one up. They're flopping, so it's not looking like a great start to the random rec so far here at a 90 overall, but we got to try and get through it. This Jokic build obviously is still really, really good, so it's not like we can't just not compete or anything like that. But when we don't have great teammates and we're on a Jokic build, which isn't really a meta center build, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. But hey, we're out here fighting right now, getting that steal, cutting the lead down to 11. And here in the third quarter, it was about the same. I mean, we have 2 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists at this point. Getting another steal right there, or it might have been a block, I'm not exactly sure, but we get another assist. So Jokic is having a pretty decent game, but as you can see here in the fourth quarter, our team was not, as we have 5 points, 9 rebounds, and now 11 assists. So overall, a pretty solid game for Jokic, but we're down by almost 20 at this point, shooting that one up, cutting the lead down to 14. So at least we're getting some buckets here at the end of the game. 7 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists. Now almost get a triple double. So again, a really, really solid game for Jokic, but for our team, it just was not great. Not a very good start to the random rec, as we're shooting that one up and knocking it down, giving us that triple double. So hey, a pretty solid game for Jokic. Gonna knock down another 3 right there to end off this game. 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 14 assists. Unfortunately, our team just wasn't able to get a stop most of the game, so we end up losing 103-87, but we do get 26,000 my points and 847 VC, so can't complain about that too much. But we're going to keep running it up here in the random rec, obviously still in this purple plate lobby. Now, obviously, I want to win every single game that I play, but if we do end up losing a couple games like the last one and going back down to gold plate where it's a little bit more chill and not everyone is sweating like crazy, it wouldn't really be the worst thing in the world. But for now, we're just going to come out here and see what we can do as our teammate is knocking down that shot right there. We're up 8-5 at this point in the game. Jokic not really getting the ball too much, but we're going to try and get our teammates involved there as he's shooting up that crazy little go-to shot right there. Let me know down below in the comment section if you know what go-to shot that is. I don't know which one it is, but he was going crazy with it the entire game, as Jokic is going to go ahead and throw that one down. We actually got some better teammates this game. Like I said, we got that guy with the go-to shot. They're actually hitting Jokic on the slips, so we're getting some points here early in the first half, knocking down a jump shot right there, giving our team a 6-point lead. Later down the line here in the second quarter, grabbing a rebound right there after they missed the tip pass, throwing it down just like I love to do on this Jokic build. That's probably one of my favorite things about this build is the pass accuracy. Having a center build at 7-1 and just be able to throw steamers all over the court, especially from like one end of the court all the way down to the other. Just being able to throw perfect passes like that is just really, really fun in my opinion. So you see we're here in the fourth quarter now. We're actually down by 6. Get a little assist right there, and we're trying to make a little comeback in this game. Our teammate misses it, but Jokic is there to kick it back out to that guy on the 3-point line, and he knocks it down. So Jokic is fighting for the squad right now. Not a crazy game, which is why I didn't show too much of it. We only have 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. A pretty well-rounded game, which is a lot of the random rec games on this Jokic build. But our team is fighting right now, down by 5 now with 1 minute left to go here in the fourth quarter. They're shooting that one up, missing it, so we got a chance to cut back into this lead. And we do exactly that, knocking down that shot. And it was 45 seconds left right here. They miss a free throw. Jokic can't grab the rebound, but a very questionable shot by that guy on the other team. He misses it. So we got a chance to come down here and tie this ball game up. Our teammates open in the corner. We're kind of running a little 5-out offense right here. The point guard is trying to find somebody to pass to, and he finds that guy in the corner, and he greens a 38% contested shot. So it's all tied up here. We just got to try and get a stop. They're a little nervous now. They shoot that one up and miss. So we got 9 seconds to work with here to try and get a game-winning bucket. Our point guard here has got the ball. Jokic is going to go ahead and just sit in the corner and let this guy cook. I was talking about it earlier. The go-to shot, I don't know what go-to that is, but he makes a, I think that was like a 74% contested red for the game. An absolutely insane way to end that game. Not anything too crazy from Jokic, but we end up getting the dub and running a couple more games throughout this day. Just running a bunch of random rec, a couple wins, a couple losses. I think there were more losses than wins, unfortunately. As you see, we're actually back down to gold plate. So like I said, that's not the worst thing in the world, because now we're gonna not have to just sit corner like I was in that previous game, just spacing the floor. In gold plate rec, you can get away with a little bit more. You don't have to play 5-out offense, or just one guy setting a pick and roll and everything like that. And you're gonna have some people just leave me wide open like this guy is right here. Jab step in here, another jab step, getting him into a little crab, knocking down that shot. So we're moving a little bit better here in the gold plate rec. I just have a bunch more fun in silver and gold, because I don't know about you guys, but those purple plate lobbies are just a little bit too sweaty for me. When I come into the random rec, especially on a 60 to 99 build, I'm just trying to chill, get some buckets, and if we win or lose, it's whatever. But I'm also just trying to get my points as well. Sweating, playing 5-out, pick and roll every single possession is just not something I'm trying to do. So I'm glad we're back into this gold plate rec, at least for now. We'll see if we dip back into the purple plate later down the line. But see, right now we're in the second quarter in this game, dropping down our 9th point of the game right there with that dunk. Here later down the line in the second quarter, trying to get some more buckets. They're gonna go ahead and shoot that one up, miss it. Jokic kind of cherry picking a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, we're gonna go ahead and make the unselfish play right there. A little bailout to the corner, and our guy knocks that down. Almost at halftime here, we're up by 9. Jokic is wide open on the wing, and that's what I'm talking about. You just don't get those wide open looks, especially on this Jokic build. I don't know, for some reason, when I'm in those higher plates, we're just not getting open looks like that. As you see, we're kind of blowing this team out. They would come back a little bit here in the third quarter, but Jokic has got 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists now. Trying to get some more buckets here. We're back up by 7 in the fourth quarter. A nice little backdoor cut. Unfortunately, he's not able to knock it down, so we got to try and get a stop, not allow them back into this game. But they end up knocking down that 3, cutting the lead down to 4 here in the fourth quarter, and our teammate dribbles it off his leg. So they're getting the momentum back on their side. He's going to pull that one up and knock it down. So just like that, we're up by 10 most of this game, and now we are actually down by 4 here late in the fourth quarter. Jokic is going to get that dunk to go. Down by 3 now with almost a minute left to go. And I don't know what happened at this point in the game. We were just struggling to get stops. So we're now down by 5 with just a little bit over a minute left to go in this game. Our team actually runs a nice little wrap play right there, and we knock down a 3. So we just got to try and get a stop somehow. We're down by 6 now with 25 seconds left to go. Our point guard is going to come down and knock down kind of a crazy 3 right there. So we got to try and get a fluky or something. We're at 97 to 94, so we obviously haven't got a stop in a while, and we end up having to foul. So we're down by 5 now, trying to get a bucket, and we end up turning that one over. So after being up most of this game, and Jokic having a pretty good start to the game, we end up losing with only 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. And that was kind of the story of some of these random rec games. I mean, we gave up 39 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's just kind of how some of these random rec games were going. But you see, after all those games that we played, we're up to 6,700 VC. And it was a new day on the account, so we went ahead and went over to the daily reward. Got 1,000 VC from that. Now we're gonna head into the park now with Country and John. I had to hit the homies up. I was tired of the random wreck and all of that nonsense that goes along with that. So now we're in the park. We're going to be getting some crew bonus VC, so it's going to be way easier to get our VC up. And we also need to worry about getting to that 99 overall max potential as well. So we're getting the steal right there, starting off this game well. We got the two-way, so we're going to pull that with confidence and knock down that shot. Up 7-4 now. Have a wide open lane. Somehow missed that wide open layup. Kind of messed up the meter, but that's all good. We got Country to go ahead and knock down that shot right there. Up 13-6 now. And we're just kind of leaving this guy wide open. Wasn't too confident that he was going to knock down that shot. Grab the rebound, send it all the way up to Country, and he's going to go ahead and run all the way around the court and finish that one off with a nice easy dunk. And we're just here kind of messing around a little bit, see what I can do in the post, shooting that one over both of them. I mean, they're both pretty small, so they didn't get any type of contest or anything like that. And then they just leave Jokic wide open for three at the top of the key. So you know we're going to knock that down. 10 points now, 2 rebounds, make that 3 rebounds after that, and we're pushing it up. We got to try and make something crazy for the game right here. Getting them in the post. I'm trying to get a little post fade going, but I can't quite get the right animation to activate. So we go ahead and just shoot that layup over him to get a nice easy win. 22-11, and we get 591 VC from that. So not too shabby. We're closing in on the 96 overall max potential as well. So in the park right now, we're just obviously trying to win every single game that we play, but I'm also trying to get those my points because we need to get that max overall potential to 99. And then obviously we need all of the VC that we'll need to get to that 99 overall. Only at a 90 right now, so we got a little bit of ways to go, but we should be able to get a lot of VC now that we're playing with Country and John. Like I was saying earlier, we're going to be getting that VC crew bonus, so we get 500 to 600 VC every single game, which is really, really helpful. It's way better than Rec. Unless you're playing Rec with a squad where you also get that VC crew bonus, playing in the random Rec is just definitely not the move. If you're just strictly going for VC, the park is definitely the way to go, as John's going to go ahead and knock that one down. We got 9 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. Not anything too crazy in this game. We're going to go ahead and snag that rebound now. We got the two-way, so we got to hit him with a little post fade to go ahead and finish off that game right there. Another nice easy win for the boys as we go ahead and get only 5,000 my points for that one and 488 VC. But we were just kind of cruising in the park on this day. You see we're on a 5-game win streak at this point. Obviously I can't show every single game that we play on the Jokic build, unfortunately, or this video would be 20 to 30 hours long, but we're showing all the best highlights that we got throughout all of these games. 4 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. And this one here, we're actually down by 1. So we got a little bit of a comp game here. Jokic is going to get that tough layup to go. They would come down, get another basket right back. And we're down by 1 yet again, but Jokic hit him with a little slip pop to the corner, knocking down that shot. And in these comp games, if I'm going to go ahead and shoot shots like that as they knock down another one, I have to shoot it pretty much right away. There's no hesitation whatsoever that I can have with this jump shot because it is so slow. But hey, we're coming out here doing our thing. 17-16 now. John's trying to work the screen and get a 3. I'm going to wait for him to dex around a little bit. Jokic with a perfect pass in rhythm, and John knocks that one down. 19-17 now, playing some good solid defense. We're just trying to prevent a 3 so that they don't go up by 1, and we do exactly that. 19-19 now. We just got to try and get a bucket, and John having that deep bomber is going to help out a ton as they don't even pick him up and play any type of defense whatsoever at the end of the game. We go ahead and win yet another one, giving us a 6-game win streak, picking up 488 VC. And now we're on an 8-game win streak. I'm telling you, we were going crazy today on this no squad core. I don't know if that helped out at all, but we were definitely doing our thing. And I think it was, yeah, as the bottom right, you can see it was wear and earn Wednesday. So it's double rep in the park. And usually that does mean there's going to be a lot of sweats out here, but we weren't playing anybody too crazy. Obviously, we've had a couple close games here and there, but for the most part, we're having pretty chill games, grabbing that rebound, throwing it down to John for another nice easy 3. We got 4 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. At this point, I don't know what this guy was doing, throwing up a crazy shot in the corner. Jokic doing what he does, grabbing rebounds, throwing them out in transition, and getting our team nice easy buckets. He's shooting that one up again. I mean, at this point, he's just got to stop shooting the ball. It's just not working out for him. Jokic this time on the fast break is going to knock down that three. And we're up 12-0 at this point, thinking maybe we can get the coveted 21-0, getting a block shot right there. And again, we're going to throw it down for the wide open three. 15-0 now. It's looking more and more likely that we might get the 21-0 skunk. I mean, I don't know what these guys were doing. I don't know if they just gave up or what. I don't know what they were saying in game chat, but it could not have been good. Throwing up another crazy shot, grabbing a rebound, pushing it up in transition. I mean, we have 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Going crazy, up 20-0. I almost leave him open for the corner shot, but for some reason he waited for the contest. He actually was open. He could have knocked it down, but Jokic is going to go ahead and finish off the 22-0 game. I think that was my first skunk of 2K26, so kind of crazy that it happens on the Jokic build. But you see, we were playing a bunch of games today. We ended up beating a Park MVP as well, so we got 1600 VC from that game, along with the 5x rep. And after all of those games that we played, we're actually up to 29,000 VC from playing pretty much all day in the park. And we also had some VC left over from the rec session earlier. So now we're working on this post control, putting that up to a 90. Gonna put up the standing dunk to a 72 and put our close shot up to an 88 overall. That's going to give us a 92 overall. We got a bunch of badges as well, like post fade phenom now is going to be on legend. And then I decided to head over to the open run court. We're going to be doing this just to get a little 500 VC. If you don't know, you can just do this pretty much every single day. You get some free easy VC. And then I was also testing out to see how many my points you were able to get in this court compared to like the Street Kings court. And you see, after throwing like 10 lobs, you only get 6,400 my points. So I decided to say, screw that. Let's head over to the Street Kings court and start grinding some of these my points, because obviously we're going to be able to get the VC a lot faster than we can get the my points, especially if we're just playing a bunch of parks. So if you've never been aware, or if you've never seen me do this kind of method before, or anybody do this method, basically we're just playing Street Kings. And what I like to do personally if I'm grinding my points on a build is you want to have the Phantom and Salty Sam on your team pretty much every single time. If you don't know how to get them on your team, all you have to do is beat them, and then you just play up against Poster Child pretty much every single game. And then we're just calling a pick and roll and throwing a lob and just repeating that over and over again. It definitely can be a little boring, but you see, after only an hour of playing, we're up to 13,000 VC. We're making progress on our max overall potential. That's now at a 96. And then I just started to keep doing that over and over again for another hour or two. Definitely very, very boring, but we're almost at that 97 max potential. So I decided to just go ahead and do it till I got to there. And then we went ahead and went over to the 2K TV station, which, if you don't know, is also a very, very quick and easy way to get around 1,000 to, I think, 2,000 VC, something like that. So we went ahead, answered all the questions, got all of them right, and got all the VC from 2K TV. And then after that, we had one daily challenge to do, which was very, very easy. We just had to buy a boost, and then we get 500 VC from that. So obviously we had to buy the boost for 200, and then we get the challenge done for 500. So we profit 300 VC, and now we have that 97 overall max potential after all those Street Kings game. And we have enough VC to max out our rebounding, both offensive and defensive rebounding, and a little bit on standing dunk. So we're now at a 94 overall. This is what the badges are looking like. We got legend set shot, legend break starter, and we're working on that Hall of Fame post fade phenom that we can eventually get up to legend if we use a max +1 on it. So we got some badges to work on. We obviously still have some my points and VC to get, so I decided to head back into the random rec. As much as I didn't want to, we needed the my points and we also needed the VC, and it was double rep in the rec, so we had to hop into the rec at least one more time here at a 94 overall. Try and get some good teammates, try and get some good games in, and just see what we can do. We're up 23-19 at this point in the game. We got 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Trying to see what we can do, throwing that one all the way down. Like I said, I love doing that on the inbound passes, just throwing it all the way down the court, getting an assist, And now these guys are trying to come down, get another bucket of their own. Not exactly sure what kind of take that was, but Jokic is not complaining, grabbing the rebound right there, throwing it down to our teammate for yet another assist. So this game is looking good so far. And then, like most random rec games, we start off very, very well, and then I just don't get the ball. We're at 6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists here late in the second half. I mean, we're down by 20 at this point. Finally getting another stat on the board, throwing it down and getting another assist. But I don't know what it's up with the random rec, and especially on this Jokic build. I felt like a lot of the times my teammates just wouldn't give me the ball. Right here, finally get it wide open at the top of the key, knocking it down, giving us 9 points for the game. But for some reason on this Jokic build, I don't know if it was because of the really slow jump shot, they didn't trust me to shoot, or what it was, but for some reason I just couldn't get the ball a lot. The only time I was getting stats was when I was grabbing rebounds and throwing assists, and then sometimes I would just have to take it into my own hands and knock down a nice little post fade. Like I said, we're working on that post fade phenom, but unfortunately the post fade would not get us the win as we lose another random rec game by 20. But at least we got some of our badges unlocked as we get Paint Prodigy up to silver. We're working on that post fade phenom. And then in between rec games, I decided to go ahead and use 5 of the cap breakers that I had left on post control. I wasn't really exactly sure what I wanted to use those cap breakers on for this template build of Jokic. Let me know down below in the comments if you would have used your cap breakers on anything else, but I feel like a 95 post control on a Jokic build just kind of makes sense, and now we can get that legend post fade phenom. So I just felt like that made a lot of sense for the Jokic build. Again, let me know down below in the comments if you would have used your cap breakers on anything else. But here we are in the random rec, just praying that we can finally get a good team, and it looks like we might have one as they find Jokic wide open for 3. Here in the first quarter, we're up by 6, snagging that rebound after they miss a dunk and doing what we do, throwing it down on the fast break, getting some nice easy points, and we're up by 11 now. And I'm just thankful that we finally have some competent teammates on my team. Up until like 90 overall, the random rec wasn't too bad, but I don't know if it's because we were in the purple plates for a while or what it was, but we've been struggling here on the random rec, and now it looks like we finally got a decent team to work with as our teammate knocks down that tough little layup right there. So we got 3 points, 1 rebound, and 6 assists in the first quarter. So things are finally looking up here in the random rec as they're throwing that one away. Jokic is out here on the break, throwing down, or I guess it's going to go ahead and be a nice easy layup. I thought we were going to throw that one down for a dunk, but we'll take the 2 points nonetheless. Wide open for 3, wide open in the corner, finally getting hit on offense a little bit, and we're actually up by 19 here in the second quarter. They're throwing up another shot, grabbing a rebound, 8 points, make that 8 assists now here just in the first half. We might be on triple-double watch here in the first half. Jokic is doing his thing, hooping right now, and the other team is definitely helping out a bunch because they're shooting up some crazy shots, and that's going to give us 10 assists here in the first half. Obviously, here in the fourth quarter, we're up by 20, having a pretty solid game. Not much going on in the second half after a really, really solid start, but hey, as long as we're getting a win and getting some solid stats, that's all I really care about. We're trying to get a little triple-double here, hoping our teammate hits us as we're on the block calling for the ball. Gonna go ahead and pump and get that nice, easy layup to go. So now we got 11 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists, trying to get that last board for the triple-double as we go ahead and slam that one down. We're hoping here on defense they miss a shot. They do, but the AI actually grabs a rebound over Jokic, but luckily the guy with the blue hair shoots up another crazy shot. We grab that rebound, end up throwing a turnover, trying to get it out in transition, but it's all good. We're still gonna walk away with the win. 5 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Gonna go ahead and snag one more rebound, and I try and shoot up a shot at the end of the game and actually get fouled. So that's going to be another 3 points for Jokic on the board after we knock down all 3 free throws. And now we are going to go ahead and finally finish off that game. Ended up being a really, really solid random rec game. 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists. So we got 34,000 my points and almost 1,300 VC. But I decided to call it there for the random rec. And now we're going to go ahead and head into the squatted rec, this time with the boys here with Tough, and we also got B Rich out there shooting that one up knocking it down. And I was really glad that they hit me up to run some squatted rec, because like I was talking about earlier, when you play rec with a squad, you actually get a bunch of VC. If you get player of the game, you can get anywhere from 1700 to 1800 VC in just one rec game. And even just when we win, we're still getting around 1200 to 1300 VC in the squatted rec. So definitely glad the boys hit me up to run some rec here. So now we're just here in the second quarter trying to get some buckets. Now the only downside about the squatted rec is that obviously the games are going to be a lot more competitive, as Tuff's going to go ahead and knock down that deep bomber shot. We're here in the second half, only 2 points, 7 rebounds, make that 8 rebounds, and now it's going to be 4 assists. But like I was saying, the only downside of playing squatted rec is the games are obviously going to be way more competitive. So it's going to be your classic, everyone's just going to sit on a corner or on a wing and just let the center and the point guard run pick and roll, which is really fine because I'm obviously on a center build, so we're still able to get the ball a lot. But on defense, we're not going to be getting, you know, 15 16 rebounds a game like we were in the random rec, because in squatted rec they rarely miss at all. You see, we're here in the fourth quarter, up by 9, hitting them with a nice little slip, throwing that one down with some force. And Tuff's here trying to cook the screen again. It's gonna go ahead and find me on the roll, throwing down yet another dunk, getting the and one, giving us our 6th point of the game. There wasn't too much scoring going on for Jokic in this game, but again, as long as we're getting wins, that's really all I care about, as we go ahead and win that one by 6, 94 to 88. And like I was talking about, with that crew bonus, 1400 VC, and we also get 25,000 my points is a plus. But I didn't show a lot of these squatted rec games because, like I was talking about earlier, a lot of the times I'm not scoring too much, I'm just getting rebounds and throwing assists, so there wasn't too much to show. But after all of the games that we played, we got enough VC to upgrade our driving dunk, max out our close shot at a 92, and that's going to put us at a 95 overall. And after playing a few more rec games, hitting up the daily rewards because it was a new day, we got 700 VC from the daily pick'em. And then I also decided to play a few random rec games as well. Wasn't too much going on yet again. You see, in this game we only had 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists, but I wanted to show because it was a pretty close ending. We're down 74 to 72. Jokic is inbound in this one right here, trying to find somebody wide open. I hit this guy on the decks. Probably should have hit the AI, but that's why I didn't show a lot of the random rec games that I played that day, because it was more of the same that you've already seen. Not too much going on, but we ended up getting up to 13,000 VC yet again. And with that VC, decided to upgrade the driving dunk to a 69, getting us to a 96 overall now on Jokic. And for good measure, I decided to head back into the random rec just one more time. We're at a 96 overall now, so we're really close to a 99. So I wanted to feel like what it would be like on pretty much a maxed out Jokic build. So we're throwing that dunk now. And as you saw from the beginning, we had lost so many games in the random rec, which is why from like 95 to 96 overall, I really didn't even show that much, because it was a struggle. We were getting really bad teammates, and I just don't know what it was up with the random rec, but it was just not going well. But finally here at a 96 overall, we finally got a good game. We're here up by 5 in the second quarter, got 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists now, leaving us wide open on the 3. And you know Jokic is going to go ahead and knock that down. Here in the second half, not anything too crazy, a pretty low scoring game, a questionable shot from our teammate, but Jokic is going to go ahead and reward him as we grab that rebound, and he's going to get the and one. Now we're here in the second half, poking that one away, getting the steal, trying to push it up in transition, hitting him with a little pass fake, and they don't even guard Jokic, so you know we're going to go ahead and pull that one up and knock it down. Unfortunately though, here in the fourth quarter, you can see we're down by 12. I don't know what happened. Again, we were having a really solid game, and then our teammates kind of just threw it away and stopped playing defense. I mean, we almost have another triple-double, 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists, but we're down by almost 20 here late in the fourth quarter. Jokic was going crazy in the first half, but then they just stopped giving me the ball, so I don't know what was up with that, but we end up losing yet another random rec game. This is why, unfortunately, I just couldn't show a bunch of the random rec games that I was playing. We were getting some good my points as we get 33,000 my points in that game, but I mean, it was a struggle. We got all the way back down to silver plaque when we were once purple plaque from playing a bunch of park. It was crazy how many games we lost in the random rec. But finally, in this last game of random rec for this Jokic build, we got a really good game. As you see, we're grabbing that offensive rebound, kicking it back out to our teammate for the 3-point shot, and you see we're up by 6 at this point in the first quarter, pushing up in transition, finding our guy wide open in the corner. And that's another thing that I find, at least in Random Rec, a bunch, and I'm sure a lot of you can kind of agree. You either get a really good game with really good teammates, at least in like silver and gold plaque, or you get a really bad game, ended up losing by 20. A lot of the times there's not close games in silver and gold plate. You either get on the good team or you get on the bad team, and that's just kind of the way it goes, at least for me. Let me know down below in the comments if it's a little bit different for you. But right now, Jokic is balling out. We got 12 rebounds and make that 8 assists, going along with 2 points here just in the first half. And here we are in the second half. I got to try and get that triple-double since it's our last game in the rec. Knocking down that little post fade right there. We actually have post fade phenom on legend now. You'll see it popping up in the top right. Knocking down another 3 right there to give us our 12th point of the game. We got 12 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. I think at this point I did have an AI on me, so kind of using the cheese right there to get open. But hey, I'm doing all I can. I think we deserve a game where we're working on the AI a little bit, as we're hitting another post fade shot right there. 17 points, 15 rebounds, just need 1 more for a triple double. But Jokic is working this AI in the post right now. Gonna go ahead and snag our 16th rebound of the game as we're up 74-39. And with that, we're gonna get our 10th assist of the game. So here in the fourth quarter, trying to get a 20-piece right there, and we knocked down another 3. So kind of an insane stat line for this game. 22 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists. Now, I will say, I think it was only this guy left in the game, so he was kind of just chucking up shots, and I was grabbing the rebounds. So it's not like it was a crazy game against all real people. Again, I think this was an AI on me, but we're shooting that one up, trying to get another bucket, but our teammate is there to knock down that shot. And we're up 100-62. Gonna hit him with 1 more post fade, knocking that one down. That's actually a really cool animation. I like that one a lot. And just for good measure, knocked down another 3. So we finished with 29 points, 22 rebounds, and 11 assists. I mean, that is literally the perfect Jokic game if I've seen one. We get 35,000 my points to get to that 98 overall max potential. And since I only needed 1 more bar to get to that 99 overall max potential, I decided to head back into the Street Kings. You see, we're getting 18,000 my points a game and about 300 to 400 VC. So I just grinded this for I think about 2 to 3 hours. Honestly, it does take a bit to get this done, but it is well worth it, because in about 5 minutes I was getting half of what I get in an entire rec game. So this was definitely well worth it. You see, we're just using the same method, getting around 9 to 10 assists every single game, and then that's gonna get us 16,000 my points. So I got about halfway to 99 overall, got a bunch of VC, and that's actually gonna allow us to get up to a 97 overall once we upgrade our standing dunk to an 84. So now we're at a 97 overall. And I also wanted to go ahead and just show you, I don't think I've shown what my dunks were on this Jokic build. Not anything too crazy. We got some rim grazers on, and now that we just upgraded our standing dunk, we can get the pro standing contact dunks. And now at a 97 overall, it's time to finish up this 99 overall grind in the park. Who else with Country in John yet again, knocking down that 3 right there to start off this streak. And honestly, when we started this day playing, I was not really planning on hitting 99 overall, but you'll see in just a second, I was very close to hitting obviously 99 overall with both my max potential, and I needed the VC to get to 99 overall, but I also was very close to hitting starter 5 reps. So I decided to play for about 4 or 5 hours to get all of these games done. Obviously can't show all the games, but these are some of the best games that we played throughout the entire night, and there were some really good ones. So right here in this one, we're up 12-10. Gonna go ahead and pump fake and throw down that dunk right there with that newly found standing dunk. And that was one attribute that I kind of wish I upgraded earlier. Having that really high standing dunk, especially on this slow Jokic build, was really helpful. As you see, we knocked down that goofy little shot right there to end off that game. End up getting around 590 VC, and you see we're at about 87% to that starter 5 and a little over halfway to go in that 99 overall bar. So we're just grinding that all right now, trying to get it as fast as possible and also get some really good games in. As you see, we're starting this game off with a dunk. They're gonna go ahead and bring it up. John's gonna hit him with a nice blitz steal, pushing it up in transition, gonna find Jokic wide open for 3 in the corner. And you know that's going to be catched pretty much every single time. And I have actually kind of grown to like this Jokic jump shot. Yes, it is very slow and it is very ugly, but I don't know, there's just something about the jump shot that I've really grown to like. It's actually really easy to time even though it's really slow. So if you end up using a Jokic build like this, throw on his jumper, at least give it a try. I would definitely recommend it. But you see right now we're chilling in this game, up 16-6. They're going to go ahead and try and kick it out for 3. We play some good defense. Jokic grabbing another board, push it up in transition. We got that dish master takeover. So I'm telling John and Country to shoot whatever. As you see, John's going to pull up from beyond half court and knock that down. That's a lethal combo right there. Deep bomber and Dishmaster, you're going to be able to shoot from pretty much wherever you want. So we're getting all this BC from that game. And you see right here, we got a little bit of a comp game playing the number 43 player in Indiana. Obviously, we have John on our team who's ranked, I think, like 57 in Oklahoma. So it's a little bit of a sweaty lineup versus sweaty lineup, as John's going to go ahead and pull that one up with the Sean Marion jump shot on. I love to see that. Up 7-3 now. Going to go ahead and throw it over to the corner. A terrible pass. So Jokic is going to pick it up, push it up in transition, hitting John yet again in the corner with that Sean Marion jump shot. We were just having fun out here, doing whatever, beating the top ranked players in states with crazy jump shots. I'm going to go ahead and find Country wide open for 3. He's got a normal jump shot on, so we're good there. 13-6 now. John's going to throw that one up. Not able to get it to go, but Jokic is there to grab that rebound and throw it back in. And we kind of just dominated this team. I think one of their guys ended up quitting, but you see we're up 15-6, just kind of messing around with. I'm going to go ahead and run to the corner yet again. He's jumping, hit him with a little hop jumper. That is one move that I started doing on this day that I wished I had learned and started doing way sooner. Obviously, I had already kind of knew how to do it, but doing it on this Jokic build, I don't know if it was the post fade phenom or if you can just do this on pretty much any build, but I was going crazy with that move. So we end up getting 1700 BC from that game. And like I said, we were running up crazy streaks in the park today. You see, we're all the way up to 96% on our starter 5 bar. And now we're all the way up to 16,000 BC after going on some crazy streaks. So we're going to go ahead and max out our block, max out our standing dunk, and max out our driving dunk to get to a 98 overall. So all we got to do is max out that driving layup to get to a 99. These are the badges that we were rocking, and pretty much my final badge loadout for the Jokic build. Again, a really solid NBA template build, and we got another close one right here up against the 85th player in the entire world, not in any state, but in the entire world, a legend 5. So you know this is going to be a good one. We're down 3-0 to start the game, but they're going to leave Jokic wide open for 3. And you know in this comp game, I'm locked in, ready to go. We got to try and get this dub. Obviously, this guy is very good at the game. He's ranked 85th in the entire world. This was definitely, I think, the first Legend 5 that I have played on 2K26. So you know we had to stay locked in. John's going to go ahead and tie the game up at 6. Now it's tied up at 9. A little bit later down the line in the game, he's knocking down another tough shot right there. So we got to try and come back. If we go down by at least 2 possessions against these guys, it's going to be really hard to come back. So we're going to go ahead and take that nice easy 2 right here. Got to try and get a stop to get back into this game. This guy's going to do his little left right back and forth. Missed that one after Country plays some great defense, and then they have to foul. So now we got to try and get a bucket of our own to try and take the lead. John's looking for a bucket. I'm battling for board position down there, and he knocks down a nice little midi fade to give us a 1-point lead. They would come right back though with a great little move and a nice little shot from the corner. So we're back down by 2. So we obviously need to get something here. Jokic only 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist so far in the game, but I'm looking for John on the decks. Don't really allow him to do so. So he's got to try and make a play. Jokic is slipping. He ends up fading for 3, not able to get it to go, but for some reason that guy crashes from the corner and he has no chance of getting that board over Jokic. So we actually take a 1-point lead now. This game is insane, back and forth, and he's gonna knock down a tough 3 right there. I mean, fading from not even the corner. That was a crazy shot right there. Just got to respect it, I guess. But John's going to hit Country with a crazy dot right back, and Country no dips it to knock down that three. So we're back up by 1, and Big Country with a crazy blitz steal and the corner three to go ahead and give us a win over the number 83rd player in the entire world. Unfortunately, he was the Park MVP, but since we had already beaten a Park MVP that day, we were not able to get the 5 times rep and VC. But hey, I will take a win like that every single time. That was probably the craziest game that we played throughout the entire day, and it was back to the chill games after that. We had played our fair share of comp for a while. As you see, we're trying to grind those my points up, throwing the lob to Country right there. We're up 4-0 in this game, getting a nice easy steal right there, trying to push it up in transition. Jokic is fading out to the wing, and you know that's going to be cash every single time with that legend set shot specialist activated. Slipping to the rim yet again, getting into the post a little bit, this time activating that legend post fade phenom. And those plays right there really just show the versatility of this Jokic build, as we're catching a little lob right there. I think that might have been the first lob on the Jokic build, but being able to spot up for 3 and then getting into the post and throwing bounce pass lobs, I mean, this is just a perfect Jokic game, just showcasing exactly what this build can do. Trying to throw another lob right there. We're going to go ahead and get back in the post and knock down that 19% contested shot. Up by 4 here to go ahead and finish off this game. We're just going to give it over to John. It got a little close after we were messing around a little bit, but that's going to secure us another 4-game win streak. We get post powerhouse on gold as well, and we're getting very, very close now to that 99 overall max potential, playing a bunch more games until we only had 1 more game left to play on the Jokic build, and it's gonna be up against these guys right here. Some decent players to go up against. I think they were pretty decent rep levels, so we're in this game locked in. I don't want to lose on my 99 overall game, so I told John and Country to lock in. Gonna go ahead and set John a nice little screen right there, and he knocks down that shot. And this guy, for some reason, I don't know if he was recalibrating his device or what, but he was missing pretty much every single shot that he was taking. As you see, he's gonna go ahead and early that one right there, and that's gonna give us an 8-0 lead to start off this game. And we're up 11-3 now, trying to get some more buckets. Now it's the 99 overall game. Jokic is trying to get on the board as well. So we got 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. He finally calibrates his jump shot, so he's able to knock that one down. And we're doing exactly what Jokic does, throwing the inbound pass all the way to the other corner, and Country's gonna get that dunk to go. 15-6 now, throwing yet another dime all the way down the court, but Country's gonna be nice. Give it back to Jokic, hitting him with that post hop jumper. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm gonna call it. Grabbing another rebounder right here. We got 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Trying to get fancy with it on the 99 overall game, but that's not going to work. But it's all good because he has Jokic, got them all jumping at him, hitting a nice little post fade right there. And now we only need 1 more bucket to go ahead and get that 99 overall. Got to grab the rebound, push it up in transition, hitting him with another hop jumper. And that's going to give us our 10th point of the game. 21-8 is the final score, and just like that, Jokic gets to that 99 overall. And you see, we only had 1 more game left to play, so I went ahead and played 1 more game to get to that starter 5, and just like that, Jokic hits 99 overall, and I get starter 5 on my account. And after all of those games that we played that day, we're back up to 14,000 BC in the bank, so we can go ahead and max out our driving layup at an 80. And that's going to give the Jokic NBA template build 99 overall. And just like that, we have completed yet another 60-99 here in NBA 2K26. And as you can see, I started this on January 27th and actually finished it on February 10th. So I completed my goal of finishing it before season 4 ended. You see, we still have 9 days left to go. But that is going to go ahead and wrap up the Nikola Jokic 60-99 overall grind. If you enjoyed, please consider dropping a like. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. But I'll see you guys all in the next one.